All right. So, apologies for the delay. That's what happens because I woke up too late and didn't get no sleep and needed a little bit more time to get ready in the morning. Um,
I'll never forgive you.
wow. So,
Anyway, moving
welcome
on.
back to welcome back to another session of welcome back to another session of Candlekeep
Oh,
Mysteries.
sorry.
Damn it. Welcome back to another
Candlekeep
last time on
mysteries.
Candlekeep Mysteries. um You certain sequence of events that happened. First, you arrived into Legion of Iron Chapter 3 and found yourselves in the middle of the woods, being assaulted by a variety of demons. After clearing them up, you continued pressing onward when another set of demons happened to find their way towards you, and you cleared those up too. And I believe there was a third set of them as well, right? I think it was three. Um,
It was two waves,
Afterward, you
and
were
then we
able.
came to the third one.
Okay, yeah, and then you were eventually able to backtrack and find a cave of which it seemed to have been secured by magical means. By dispelling your way through, you were able to find the Cavern of Malice. Opening it up with the Sigil Ring of Malice, you were able to enter into the cave, and while inside, managed to locate what appears to be where a point where certain fiends were spawning out of the lava here inside of the vicinity. You presented the Ring of Malice over inside of this corner here, and it triggered some kind of
You're
uh
saying here, are we on that map, or are we supposed to be on that map?
Yeah.
we you are about to be on that map. We'll do it for you.
Okay.
Perfect
You
segue.
you moved the sigil you moved the Ring of Malice over to the corner where you were able to, after focusing on it, trigger something, which caused an enormous creature called a tyrant shadow, which I'll just place on the map so you can see it one more time. And it's a lovely and ugly gory.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
the
guy.
T-Rex that's been taken over by Venom.
You were
Oh,
able
right.
to
That's why I
eventually
didn't have to
defeat.
deal with it.
You were eventually able to defeat the tyrant shadow, one of the first non-fiends that you'd ever fought here inside of the inside of the area of the Legion of Iron. And upon its defeat, you find that your companions are in dire straits, as many of them have been killed or otherwise knocked out of commission and or are badly wounded. However, there is no other threat happening right now, and all is currently peaceful.
I'm just imagining Maestro walking in like, "Hey guys, how's it? Holy
Yeah.
shit!" Like,
The fire.
Fucking hell.
The picnic's ready. Oh my god.
Oh, actually, despite the fact that compatriots are down, did the ring transform at all?
Yes, looking over at the ring, you see that it is it's the sigil is glowing with a malicious red color, and you can sort of just instinctively feel it pulling over to the spot in the corner once more.
Hmm,
One
interesting.
thing first. Well, I'm feeling slightly better since that fight, but let me go ahead and start doing this now. Now that I know that there's something possibly keeping an eye on us. Um. Oh God! Don't tell me you
You look
didn't add
around
to
and
my
there's
sheet.
no there is no scrying orb in here.
I know. I know. It didn't matter though. But did it not add to my sheet? What happened? No, please don't tell me I have to redo everything.
Hmm.
Oh, no, no, I know what happened. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start casting non-detection on everyone.
Oh.
So,
A pinch of diamond dust worth 25 GP sprinkled over the target which the spell consumes.
I
It's not
this
necessary thanks to the feature. It
yes,
doesn't require material components.
I will say, I
Boy.
unfortunately am
Very
perhaps
nice.
rather dry right now. I do not have sufficient magic left to try to aid our fallen friends.
Okay, well, fucking hell.
Dude, I
Okay,
got
so
like literally, I'm complete. I only have one third level spell, and then my second levels and some first levels. That's it. I am
Phoenix is
tapped.
gonna start bringing the bodies to like one spot. It's like compiling them.
I would say if we can take a long rest, I can absolutely aid further.
well, okay.
Ah, Maisha, it's good to see you again. Mm.
Fucking hell. This is why you guys shouldn't leave without me.
I mean, in canon, she's been here the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yes.
She was eating chicken nuggies while we were dying.
Okay, so these three are dead.
Ah, Layla, you too. It's good to see you.
Oh,
So those three are just straight up dead,
I zoned out. What
right?
happened?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alec
Which
is
ones?
more dead. So these two you can revive, but in order to revive Alec, we need something better than revivify.
Well, I've got fucking Ray's dead.
I just am sucked out of all of my strength. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so River first. I'll go ahead and fucking revivify him.
Who's this guy, Chief?
Does it work?
Which person are you using Revivify on?
River.
I've been gone for a while. Who the hell's River?
So both
I-
Tony and Jacob both died,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm Alec's roommate.
Oh, okay.
and they were roommates.
And they were roommates. I see.
I am a paladin of knowledge.
Alec was the only one that got killed from being losing all their strength and dex, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You use Revivify on River, and you see life return to their eyes while they're there on the ground.
Okay, River.
Ah,
Okay.
I'm alive.
Yes, that's what I do. Now.
No, time is of the essence. If you can go ahead and start.
And she'll do that as a bonus action, and then as an action, she'll cast Revivify on Malarka.
Nice.
I'll have to upcast it.
Now, how does Revivify work if you're coming back from loss of stats,
Great question.
You still keep your loss of stats.
but then you instantly
you
die?
still-
Yes, exactly.
So should I Greater Restoration on the body first?
That's what.
Yes.
Preferably, yes.
Rose, which
Anything
stat
on
was it you died from not having?
Strength.
Strength. Then I will Cleansing Touch you to Greater Restoration your strength back to being
And when he
normal.
does, I will Revivify you as well.
So just Aqua, do you remember how you got rid of my stuff? Because I don't know what my original strength and dex were.
It's the Queen of Death, so I just have to remove that.
Okay.
Yeah, you see on your effects, all those Queen of Deaths on you. Each of those is just reducing it by -1.
Oh my
Once this is removed,
god,
it's
are you
returned.
serious?
My God, let me see. Oh my God.
Wait, you guys haven't noticed this?
I think I did last time, but it's been a while.
Oh,
I
okay.
always pay attention to my effects because I use them all the fucking time.
Look at
Yeah.
this shit. Like, what the fuck is this?
Oh,
I have 6 clings of death on me.
Oh, I
Did
have
only
way more than
6?
6.
Well,
there's one thing I can't
well,
figure out.
you know, yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I'll go. As the greater
Oh, yeah,
restoration
but
goes
Larga,
on
you got a
Alec.
bunch.
As the
Yeah.
greater restoration goes on Alec, does it remove the cling of death as a whole, or does it look like it just only partially removes it?
It only removes the hold on, let me check something.
Oh my God, holy
can I do a quick
shit.
medicine check to be able to tell if it's falls under the domain of a disease?
I don't believe it's a disease because I have disease immunity and it affected me just fine.
Yes.
I
You
also have
have
this.
6
I also
copies of syphilis, right? Like,
I also
Turbo
have disease
syphilis.
immunity.
Dude,
So
you
was
gotta
it
collect them all.
so Aqua? Is it just part, or do we have to cast it twice per person?
Give me a
Well,
moment.
the
I'm
the
checking something.
actual Cling of Death has the the I'm sorry, it says custom convenient effect. Why you lie, boy? Why you lie? This is not convenient at all.
don't worry about it.
Shaking my head.
Give me that. I have to double check what something sort of entails. But the problem with Greater Restoration is it must target a creature, and a corpse is not a creature. Thus, I'm looking at what
Goodness.
the alternative is, because there is probably a way to. I just have
Resurrection.
to.
I
Fucking
mean, is
seventh level
resurrection or
spell.
raise dead? No, doesn't raise dead
Raise
restore lost function?
Yeah, that's what I'd probably say. That the body itself is like
Yeah.
doing a medicine check and looking it over. It's not like this is a curse or a disease. The body has literally been atrophied away. Like
So, like, a
whatever
resurrection
muscle.
would work, yeah.
Yeah, you're just looking at the like kind of like checking, and you sort of place your finger on their muscle, and it's like jelly.
fucking. How am I gonna have to?
You press your hand over to their chest where their ribs are, and it's like you're depressing the ribs into their body with just a little bit of a light touch, with a little bit of a squishing sound as you press down
Mm.
lightly.
Hey, maybe
Okay, then
don't do
what?
that.
Well,
Then
they're
what
the
kind of
doctor.
effect
They
do I
know.
have to do?
They're the doctor.
What kind of spell would I have to do? None of them specifically. I mean,
Hmm.
True
You're going to have to
Resurrection can
repair this
probably
body
do it.
somehow.
We have to repair the body. Interesting.
That.
Well, hold on. Didn't I pick one up a while ago? No, I don't think I did.
I mean, regenerate maybe.
Does anyone have access to regenerate?
I have access, but not prepared.
Yeah, that's my issue.
Although
Didn't
I
I receive a
do.
ring of regeneration at some point? I wonder what happened to that. Huh.
If you want to be really morbid about it, my sure cause of death was the arteries leading to the heart and brain literally collapsed from being unable to support themselves. They're a big bag of blood
Hmm.
on the inside.
Hmm.
Ugh, so yeah, that
Hmm.
would require regeneration.
Regenerate, which is 7th level.
Resurrection does restore missing body parts, closes on mortal wounds, etc.
Yeah.
Oh, raise dead doesn't do that?
Hmm.
No, Raise Dead does not.
Oh,
Raise
unfortunate.
Dead. Oh no, Raise Dead does not restore missing body parts.
Yeah,
It
that's what I
closes
figured.
wounds. So, this would have to
Mhm.
remake their insides.
Raise Dead I have, but the rest is beyond my paladinly skills.
So,
Okay, I have only enough for exactly those 3 more castings of that, and then I'm out of diamonds.
I do
Well,
have diamonds actually. I
all that
have
needs to happen is
3 diamonds.
one of these Clings of Death needs to be removed.
I have
Right?
see how many I have. I have 2 more greater restorations in me this long rest.
Okay. Well, I'm
Well, greater restoration doesn't restore or bring back a dead creature, or it can't be used on a dead corpse. I think that's the big problem. So you can use your greater restoration basically to start removing the ones that are on the living, but we need to find a
Mhm.
way to get Alec back up.
yeah, resurrection. Will resurrection work for this?
No.
it won't?
Not well. To get rid of it, yes, but to revive me, no.
Does that mean I'm gonna have to use my fucking true resurrection?
Mm.
Let's see.
Did you happen to use your cleric god power recently?
Not that I know of.
In that case, you can ask for a non-prepared spell to be cast. If on a, like
A
a
regeneration
success
also only targets a creature.
So
Hold
what
on, wasn't that
spell
one on
is
the
it?
list of aqua buffs?
I
Hang
so
on.
I didn't.
I'm gonna
I
be right
think
back.
if I recall, regeneration was on the aqua buffs due to the weird instance of intellect devourer. Oh no,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you can
yeah.
only use it when they recently die, right?
Let me see.
If
Yeah,
a targeted creature
it
that would
negates
have
the death.
died, yeah.
Hey, Aqua.
Yes.
Oh,
Can you turn this 10-foot radius aura around me into a 30-foot radius aura around me? Because my auras are now 30 feet.
Wow.
And
That's in your prototype token. What?
perhaps I have
Amazing.
the power to do this. Oh, it's in prototype token. Okay, then I should be able to do it myself
Yeah,
then.
and then when you add it back onto the scene, it'll
Auras. Ah,
do
I see. 30. Update token. And then if I drag myself out again, I'll work on this while you guys chat. There we
okay.
go.
Do I have to use true resurrection for this?
regular
I can't
resurrection.
use
Not
true.
going to cut it.
Yeah, I was like, wait, why wouldn't regular resurrection cut it?
Okay, regular resurrection will work. Okay.
I don't think regular resurrection fixes the body. It removes
Closes
you
all
things.
mortal wounds and restores any missing body parts.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, that should work because the cause of death was essentially all their internal organs mushing themselves.
Mhm.
So that counts as
Okay.
missing body parts.
And a mortal wound.
Okay, then Marshal will grimace, reach into her pouch of diamond dust, pull out a full fucking third of it.
Oh no.
Phoenix
Here,
Sorry.
just
actually, let me.
Phoenix just taps his pipe as this is happening, as he's just like, unfortunately I had to resort to this, but I suppose it's better to have them up.
Ugh.
You are also at max HP.
Poggers.
And you know what?
Oh, by the way, you just see Phoenix as all of this is going around. Phoenix is just sprinkling some looks like magic dust on people, just sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. He's basically just casting non-detection on everyone.
Okay.
I
Marshall will look around, look at everyone, really fucking hurt and dying, dead, etc.
Alex getting up and he's like, what the fuck happened? He he was confused because the demon
Oh,
didn't
a mass
activate.
heal! What is that? That's so good.
Holy fuck. What the fuck? 700?
Funny thing is,
700
Malarka eats half
each.
of that.
No,
Oh, each?
Holy
each.
shit. Alright.
Wait,
Wow.
wait,
Wait, why
what?
is it each?
700 each?
Wow,
Is it? I
we
thought it was a
Oh
big
no, never
pool.
mind. Never mind.
Yeah,
It's 700 divided.
It's still a lot. That's more than
it's
enough.
still a
I'm sure.
ridiculous
That is
amount.
a
So
stupid amount.
Malarka and River go to
Well,
max. That's
I eat almost
500.
200 of it myself, so
I mean,
you're
hold
I
doing
on.
can't see Alex HP. Alec is at full HP from resurrection.
Yeah, I'm not in front of my computer at the moment, but I will do
Hold on,
that
let
in
me
a
see.
sec.
So River eats 208 of the 714. That leaves
207.
506.
507.
And then Malarka eats another 314, so there's 192 left into the pool.
313.
So question,
Revivify gives him 1.
did I wind
Oh,
up
okay.
needing to use Greater Restoration on Alec or no?
No.
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 Okay.
You're gonna start using it on everyone else here, one at a time. You'll be on Grid or Restoration duty for now.
All right. I have 3 uses this long rest, so put in chat how many you need. Actually,
Well,
scratch that. I'll do 2 uses because I myself need some, and you know that I take care of myself first.
yeah, and I guess the question is, does a single greater restoration fully cure Cling of Death?
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
a good question. We still haven't got any answer to that.
Yeah.
according to Greater Restoration as written, it's just ability score reductions relating to 1 ability score.
Yeah, but the thing is,
So
King of Death is a combination of both. So is it treated as a single or both?
yeah.
It does say
It only removes
that.
part of it. It doesn't remove both
Mhm.
at
Okay.
once.
Okay, so there we
you
go.
need
That's
2.
our confirmation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you will need 2 for yourself, and I'll also start working on others.
I use
So
1
yeah.
on myself, and you guys let me know what you guys need, because my strength and con did not go down, just my dex.
520.
I'll just put it here if
Actually,
I need to.
I
Aqua,
need to.
do my healing
Con
buffs
was
work on
effective?
Revivify?
I
No,
don't think
it
con was
wasn't
effective.
Rebecca.
Okay.
No,
Maybe
it's
yeah.
once.
Revivify is a healing. It does heal.
okay.
Okay, so then Revivify being 3rd level plus 5. So you're each at. Let me look at my math on this. Right.
This
5,
music
3,
while
8.
we're like trying.
So you guys were each
malicious
at 9
relaxation.
instead. So
I need to see who's the most worthy.
Malarka, didn't you have 314 HP? Why do you have 304?
Max
Don't worry about it.
HP from what's it called?
Hero's Feast?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you 3. If you were walking down the street
Mhm.
and a person came up to you begging for food,
494.
what would you do?
I'm back.
Millar,
So that means I had 220 left.
What aid would you give them? What aid would you think is best for
Ash,
them?
how much
200
healing did you need, or did you heal yourself?
Oh, I needed 60.
Okay. Then Phoenix, you need 123. And then Layla, you get 37 from the mass heal.
Oh,
So
yippee.
Phoenix, you're maxed, and Layla, you get 37. Everyone else is full healed.
Okay.
I don't remember when I took damage, but
Ash, you are max healed as well.
Yeah.
you took damage before we entered here.
I see.
Alec is just really confused. Like, how did I die with the demon form not even procking? Like, that's
You should ask the
confusion.
demon about that.
Odd conundrum, but I suppose now we could maybe proceed to what we came here to do. He looks to River. I'm sorry to ask if you. Oh, sorry.
As you're also like investigating the scene, you go and notice that the shadow of the tyrant has coalesced over into a little ball of shadow that folds and molds like a little cloak.
Mm-hmm. Phoenix approaches the shadow cloak or whatever, has a look at it.
I also
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh!
wait a minute.
Hmm.
I do necrotic
Ooh.
damage.
I do necrotic
Yeah.
damage.
As
What
do
is
I.
I do a
the
lot of necrotic damage.
But I already have enervation, so perhaps.
I
And
do a
I
lot
don't
of
cast
radiant
with
damage.
dexterity or charisma, so perhaps somebody else.
There's a lot of people who want this.
Well,
Apparently,
no,
I
that's
don't need it.
that's
very much-
to
I
that's
very
to
much
your
would like
saving
this.
throws, not to the saving throws of your spells, right?
Correct,
My
your saving throws.
Yeah.
the topaz annihilator, the gun that I use, does exclusively necrotic damage.
Is this attunement?
No.
No.
I also do
Question, Aqua.
almost exclusively
Um,
necrotic damage.
I say we roll for it.
Roll.
Roll.
Wait,
Need or agreed. Come on.
question: the charisma thing, like,
I like
does
having
it
good saving
increase?
throws. Can I roll for it?
Does it increase your charisma above 20?
It
the
doesn't
No, this is
increase
only
charisma,
to
it's
saving
for saving.
throws.
Hmm. Then
So,
fuck it, I'm
for
rolling
instance, this.
So what are we rolling at?
Yeah, what are we rolling actually?
It's D100.
It's a
One
D100.
Wow.
98.
Oh no, that's going to Layla. That, unless
GG.
Milarka like gets a 100, there's no way.
Playing golf rules, right?
Yo.
Yo, I just want to see just to see what I'm gonna roll, even though I'm giving this up.
Holy shit.
Oh no.
Damn.
Milarka, flip the
Alright.
dice over.
That would be 55 if you flipped the dice over.
No, it would be 95. Duh.
I just rolled because I wanted to roll with everyone. there was no beating Layla for that one though.
Yeah.
98. Holy moly.
If Aqua rolls highest, then he just snatches it back.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, Tony.
Hmm.
Just roll
Hmm.
100.
Mm.
We were all ready.
You know, the funny thing is, if I did roll a 100, it would be 101, thanks to aspect of law.
Ooh, right.
There was a chance.
That's cheating.
roll it. Let's see.
Oh, in the rolls it shows up that this is the Layla Warlock. I am not the Warlock.
Mm.
So you need to right click where it says your name.
You're so
Okay.
right, thank you.
So, who still has the Cling of Death after River?
Everyone, but I say you don't. I suggest you don't use it. Let's just rely on Rivers lay on hands to remove it, because that's a lot of time it's going to be used here. If it's 2 for every person.
He only has 3 uses.
Yeah. Well, he has 3
Um,
uses, but like we can survive without our strength and dex right now. It's not like we're dying right now.
So I'm gonna do this based on the order of who I think best exemplifies the teachings of my oath, and so I'm gonna request a 5-paragraph essay from each of you detailing the best way to cure societal ills in your character's opinion. And then based on which essay I like the most, those are the people who get greater restoration first.
To cure
Really?
societal ills?
Yeah.
Just kill the people that are sick?
Milarka says that. I'm gonna
Strong start. Strong start.
Societal ills don't have easy answers, or somebody would have already solved it. You have systemic issues that have to be addressed slowly and surely over time if you want to truly cure the issues that accompany, well, living.
All right.
Wait, what was the question again?
A 5-paragraph essay on the best way to cure societal ills in your character's opinion.
The law.
Okay.
Phoenix puts only 2 words.
Layla will offer 3 words. Eat the
Mark-
rich.
Marks for brevity. Marks for brevity.
Eat the rich.
Phoenix just like looks at Layla's response. That's
So, what
certainly a
kind of
statement.
effect caused this Cling of Death?
Death
Was it,
is clinging.
was it a
It
save?
was,
Was it attacks?
It was the
It
tyrant
was an
shadow, right?
attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime we got hit by anything it did to us, it felt as though our bodies were being sapped of their strength.
It
It
put
wasn't
the
even an attack. It was this giant DC Dex save.
it put the goop on us.
Mm-hmm.
That was a dex save. That,
Scary scoop.
Dodge the
yeah,
goop.
that I might
Dodge
not
the
have
goop.
made. I've only got a
Oh
plus
Lord,
6
we
for my dex
gooping.
save.
How
If it was
low?
a
Yeah, that-
wisdom or
We
con save, I would
gooping.
probably be
Gooping.
fine.
It was like a
Charisma.
DC 23 dex save, and at some point, me and Ash literally couldn't pass, so we just auto failed every single time we got hit by it.
Yep.
Oh, geez.
And it did it 3 times.
Yep.
Or it hits you once, and then it does it 2 more times if you
Yep.
got hit.
Oh,
It was
geez.
something. And then the answer was also to play, metaphorically speaking, the floor is lava.
And
We
then
literally
hit
would
by the
jump into the
shadows.
lava, the pit of lava. It was literally more safer in the pit of lava than on the ground.
I started floating up into the atmosphere as best as I could. I was like, oh lord, no.
Right. Either way, Phoenix is going to start approaching the thing where the ring of shadows was. He'll turn the river. It's just as he would just say, "We might as well at least complete what we started. We got this challenge done. Have a look to see if there's been any improvement to that ring of malice."
I look down at it.
You can feel the pull of the ring.
I let it take me. I also make a public show of greater restorationing ash toys.
Oh. Ugh. I feel. Can I get rid of these damn effects now?
Yeah.
Ugh, thank God. Alright. Get out of here. Get.
The paladin brings the ring of malice over to the pedestal, where
This.
they channel it into the air. With a glowing flash, the ring appears to have become imbued with a red energy covering it. This is no longer a sigil ring.
The real deal. Aqua, I have a slight issue.
What is
My
this
strength,
slight
I
issue?
got rid of all of my effects, and my strength and dexterity are now both the same, and I'm pretty sure they were not the same before. Wait, let me try the.
Are
That's only a slight issue.
you sure?
Alright, no, that looks better if they're both 12 number. Nah, this seems sus to me. I can't remember what they were before, but it seems very sus to me that my strength, dex, and charisma are all 12.
Yeah, I had the same issue. I know my dex was 14 though, for sure, because I had 18 AC. So
Oh, those are some interesting effects. The fiend does not re-roll the wisdom save when it takes damage. Does not require concentration.
Oh, those parts are already there.
But the bottom part, by spending
Oh,
24
yeah.
hours conducting a ritual, you can create a portal
whoa.
to the specific layer of the abyss.
To the first layer
Interesting.
of Avernus. Or to the astral plane. Damn.
Persists for 1 hour after creation.
It's pretty. Yeah. Let me see. I know my initiative was. It
Interesting.
just seems odd
Interesting.
that these are the same.
So it's just that last paragraph that's new.
And also the DC is higher.
Also the DC is higher. Okay.
River,
Phoenix will
you
just tap his.
feel wearing this ring here inside the cavern. You feel the power coursing within and feel like you can reshape the cavern to your will.
Hmm.
Pretty
As
rad.
you contemplate what to do,
Yes.
something strikes you into your head. There is no current guardian selected for the cavern. Please instantiate the guardian.
Instantiate the guardian. Do I have a feeling for what this is asking of me? Like, all right.
Like,
I'll
do you
need.
not know what the word means or what?
Like, do I get to summon anything I think of?
You're kind of like motioning of your hand to kind of get an
Mhm.
idea. As you it's sort of like, for example, let's say you point to the ring over in just a person's general direction, you feel it is possible to designate something or someone as a guardian.
That they would need to be physically here already.
That's
So,
right.
can the guardian leave
Guardian of what?
of this
This
cavern?
chamber.
This cavern.
Like the guardian of the sand.
Poseidon quivers before him.
Fuck off.
I see, I see, I see. I must pray.
Or possibly open a portal with that ring to, well, somewhere to summon a guardian
Mm.
here.
It specifically says the astral plane or the first layer of Avernus or a layer of the abyss.
Precisely, which is
Okay.
most likely
Is
where these fiends came from, the abyss.
Hey,
because
wait a minute.
my god Bakab has his own sort of demiplane situation that's like his own infinite library, and I wonder if I feel like I can make a connection there, or if it's just the astral plane generally.
Is that a demiplane?
Mm.
Demiplanes are inside of the great deep ethereal plane, not in the astral plane.
I am going to go to the Greyhawk wiki and look it up.
Hey, speaking of make a portal to the abyss, don't we have friends in the abyss right now, currently being tortured by demons?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we do actually.
What the fuck happened
Oh.
when I was gone?
Oh, this is
You were
from
gone
this
for
is
a
from ages
while.
ago.
Okay.
This is for Tony and
Yeah.
their souls are in the abyss. That ring actually gives us an opportunity to try saving them.
Side
Hmm.
quest time.
We could
Maybe side quest time. I'm ditching Alex so fast if I can get Tony back.
that is interesting.
Yeah, actually, yeah, Phoenix will actually point that out. It's just like, wait, if that ring now gives us an opportunity to enter the abyss, there is a chance that we can go and rescue your sister, Alec.
Not to say you shouldn't do that, just pointing out that according to here, hold on. Wait, wrong book. That's the wrong book. I was looking at Legion of Boreon.
How does that one end?
It's pretty sad. I cried while reading it.
My God.
I forgot
sorry,
about I forgot about Ace.
You hear the flipping sounds. The instant y'all leave this cavern, the chapter's going to end.
Well, we can do it next time, or we can go back in time again.
Wait, it doesn't really matter when we enter the astral plane. Oh, no, it does matter. We'll just be going into the abyss in our world. There's no point. Their souls are not there.
Or are they? Question mark.
Are they actually?
I do not know enough of this.
Ash, do you
Would this
believe you
be, I was
can
gonna say, would
maybe?
this be something I could do a check on?
It could probably be
Arcana?
divined once we get out.
But would I understand that, like, if we're in, like, a demi-plane now, within the story, so if we tried to portal to the abyss here, would it still be, like, the abyss within this, like, limited bubble universe kind of thing?
Like the abyss within this book, or would we be in
Mhm.
the actual bona fide abyss?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing.
I guess there's only one way to find out, right? It's fuck around. I start chanting.
DM.
You don't
And-
know. You haven't tried.
You haven't
Ace
tried.
is 20. You haven't tried.
Fuck around.
You know what? That's super
Mhm.
fair.
But I
Uh,
would like to make a portal to Tony and Jacob because I think it would be a cool like character moment for Tony to come back, and
Well,
then
hold on, River.
Alec,
Before
and then Alec to be like, I'm staying here so Tony can live, you know?
Phoenix will turn to Rivers just like prior to actually entering the abyss. How about we take the time to take a an extended break? A lot of us are still having to
Well,
mend our wounds.
Listen, the ritual takes 24 hours. So we should long rest so I can get greater restoration back so I can use it on more people, and then I should start the ritual.
There we go. Now you're thinking.
Now I'm
Now you're
thinking.
thinking
Now
about
I'm
portals.
now you're thinking.
And
Yes.
Also, because I am completely down on all my spells, so
I
I would
am.
really prefer a long rest before
All right.
going anywhere into this.
Let's
rest
long
of
rest
the abyss.
first. And also, the domain of my god is a demiplane of the outlands, not the astral plane.
That's
I
a
mean, I
whole
guess the only
different
thing
thing.
The
to think of
whole
is,
different thing.
you know, if we want to do that and just do the long rest and then try to do a portal, I mean, we are, for all the folks taking an actual long rest, we are going to get a level of exhaustion.
I could take a
Not
fatigue. I have.
a fatigue, not exhaustion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we
Oh, right.
did we long rest at some point.
I have. We did get one long rest, so we're down to 3 or 4 fatigue right now.
Did we really?
Huh?
Yeah.
When did it
I
be
don't
long
think
rest
everyone
in
did.
this chapter?
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently, I'm down to.
I don't know
Oh no!
why.
It's because wait, did my proficiency bonus go up? No, what's going on? It's just 3 or 4 on me. I don't know why.
Oh god, I never do the long rest. How does fatigue work? I've forgotten everything.
We get
Like-
half our proficiency bonus plus 1 fatigue tolerance. Each long rest between week rests takes 1.
And then what does fatigue do?
If you
ha-
don't, if you don't take a fatigue, you don't get the benefits of a long rest. You can avoid exhaustion, but you don't get the benefits like restoration of spell slots and all that,
hmm
and health regeneration.
Wait, sorry, I'm like,
So
So when you take a long rest, you restore
Yeah.
all your spell slots and you
Yep.
recover all your HP.
Yep.
That's the full benefits of a long rest.
Yes.
If you don't take a fatigue point, you only take the part where you don't get exhausted, but you do not get the full benefits, as in
Yeah.
you do not heal and you don't get your spell slots.
To take an actual bona fide long rest, you have to spend 1 fatigue. But then if
Right,
you run
but-
out of fatigue to spend, you can still go to sleep, so you won't get exhausted, but you won't get all the benefits of like a bona fide long rest.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool,
I think
thanks.
our proficiency went up, so that's why there's a discrepancy.
That might be it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, so right now
Then-
we're at 4 or 4 fatigue, so we have 4 left. We can
Yes.
take a long rest.
If we can, I would very much like to do that.
I mean, the chapter ends upon leaving this cave. There's we could just
Yeah.
take a long rest. We're not leaving the cave.
Yeah. So I agree. We should long rest.
Right? I agree as well.
All right. Very good then. Say goodbye to temp HP. Okay.
Yeah, well,
She's already asleep. Well,
She's
you know,
already
good
asleep.
for him.
Bro's
It's like a
napping in the
somnus.
lava.
All right.
Well, hold on. Aqua, as we take the long rest, does it go fine? Anything? Anything trying to murder us?
Within the first hour, you River, you feel, well, here you feel the presence of something at the entrance of the Cavern of Malice.
Is
Maisha
anyone
was-
else awake?
Maisha was planning. You can wake. Maisha said that you can wake her up since she's still.
Phoenix never sleeps, so he's just he's just like looking at the entrance.
I remember my spell slots if you want to wake me up. I've still got most of them.
I'll nudge Maestro awake and gesture to Phoenix to pay attention as I
He's
walk over
watching.
to the front of the cave.
Maisha will follow.
You want me to physically move my token, or is this RP?
Okay. Phoenix will follow slowly behind River.
The entrance of the cavern is still a flat stone wall. In order to get across or open the door, you'll have to aim your ring over at it.
Wait, but if we leave the room, the chapter ends. So I'm not gonna leave.
What is it that you're sensing, River?
Something.
Phoenix approaches the door without it actually opening. And then
Looking through the other side of the cavern wall, you see it there in all its horrible might. Yes, that's right. It's who you expect. It's a legion. Standing there.
Wait,
they're just chilling.
I think you could let them in, River. As long as we don't exit, it should be fine.
I don't think I want to let him in. Something
River is
is
less
telling
familiar with
me
Legion.
not to.
Legion has been on our side for as long as I could tell.
What is our side?
A side against the demons.
Why are you being complicated, River? Just let him in.
What's this feeling exactly, Aqua?
There is a presence there at the door,
Oh,
which is a legion.
I will step back from the door and allow the ring to open it.
Legion enters into the cavern, and a little voice quip from Zane plays. All right, here's your stupid robots. I brought them over.
Phoenix taps. Well, you are going to need his assistance now more than ever. We're planning on venturing into the depths of the abyss.
This
We
is a
could certainly
pre-recorded
use
message,
his
by
help.
the way. I know you're replying to it.
Ah, right. Well, Legion, come on board. I'm going to need his help.
It's just Legion. I sure will go back to our bedroom and fall and go back to sleep.
Phoenix resumes guard duty. Where his guard duty is basically he goes to like this pillar. He's like leaning against the wall with his hat kind of like tucked in, but just enough so that he can still see like the surroundings. As he doesn't need to sleep. He just kind of just remains motionless, and that's his sleep.
My man's a sentry turret.
I'll do my 4 hours of trance and then probably join him. Assuming nothing else happens.
Only 4 hours of trance? Dang.
Elves, man. What can you do?
Speed run sleep.
All
I'm
right,
also
Aqua.
an elf.
How does the long rest go? Or resuming, I guess.
First, River, make an Arcana check, as presumably you were looking over the ring some, kind of tuning into it a bit as well.
Why did I? Oh, yeah, there we go.
River, you listen closely to the
I'm
the
pissed.
ringing.
That wasn't
Wave.
River. That was never mind. He did it too. So never mind.
Listening closely to see if you're able to understand more about the mechanisms behind it. You move around your hand and you see that part of the cave wall moves a little bit in response to your motion. The lava, you can make it rise or fall lower or move parts of the ground and the terrain. You also find yourself mentally tuning in and now knowing intuitively more about what the ring entails. That by presenting it here to the pedestal, you will become the true owner of both the Cavern of Malice and the Ring of Malice.
Ooh.
And you also now know that there could only be one owner at a time. Should anybody with another Ring of Malice enter into the cavern and present their owner ring here, they will become the new owner, and this ring will lose its power.
So Agent Death doesn't have it anymore then?
There can only be one, I say, and I immediately take ownership of this room and this ring.
Okay, this is at the end of the long rest?
No, during it. It was like during the next
for
hour
the
as River was
God,
exploring.
It's like, that means Agent Death has now realized that someone is here.
Would we complete our aims without fighting him?
Should do it at the end so we have our spells.
Yes.
Mm.
I will elf sleep upside down on the wall.
you don't have the strength,
Like
if
a
you don't have
bat.
the strength to seize what's before you, then you don't deserve it at all.
Says the person who just died in the last fight.
My god had more plans for me. What can I say?
No, that
Wouldn't
was
be here
mine.
if it weren't for my Shra. I don't think you should be thanking your god. You should be thanking our healer.
And my
What
god
is
put us together.
It is also quite unwise to go, especially when your two of your stronger spellcasters are currently down on all their spell slots.
I'll play along for
Keeps
now.
her looking at that.
I just saw that. No, it's like you can spot somebody who has no idea what Lady Gaga's fans are normally called right there. Like,
Yeah. It made
uh,
me
They
laugh.
intentionally wrote it that way.
I also think that if the person, I think they probably they probably knew, but I don't know. It still made me laugh.
Take the little monster. Something so funny about celebrities with borderline derogatory fan names.
So, do we succeed on our long rest? I've been holding up, pushing the button until I hear the magic words.
We
You wait to see if
succeed.
anything. You wait to see if anything interrupts you, but the long rest proceeds, and the day arrives. So, and the grove of the cavern, it's difficult to tell any
Well,
time has passed that long.
could you really succeed on a long rest if you're stressing about whether or not it's gonna succeed, though? Are you really
If you have
resting at
guards,
that point?
yeah, it's about trust in your teammate being
Mhm.
able to proceed.
Exactly.
You're lying in bed, eyes open, waiting to see if you get rested. No.
Exactly.
River, also during the time as you awaken, you also have more intuitive understanding. As the owner of the cavern, you can decide which effects are allowed to permeate into or out, meaning that unless you choose to allow it, teleportation into the cavern will not work.
nice.
I think
Hey,
for
by the
now I will
way,
choose no thanks.
uh, by the way, what books are me and River like drawn to?
Let me double check one thing.
Phoenix peppers people with the non-detection. He just like flicks it at you, flick flick.
It's
Like
probably easy. It's been a while. River, what is your has River stated what their ultimate objective was? I believe they did.
I don't think it's not publicly.
Okay. Did you
I
message it privately? It's been a while. I know you had the document. I just forgot
Mhm.
to.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been 3 weeks. Give me a break. Alec, also, did you publicly mention what your ultimate goal is?
to find my sister.
Oh, then you know, you know.
Legion of Art.
No, I don't know.
That one's a little more straightforward than usual.
There's a clear goal. What else do you want? You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for like Tony's messages stopping. I like to believe that River is only here because of Alec.
I'm here to spread the word of my god, Bokab, the great god of magic and knowledge. Where better to preach his gospel than here?
I thought you said your mission before was to know everything.
Well, yes.
Pursuit of all knowledge.
I mean, these two are one and the same. In pursuing knowledge and furthering my own study, I am walking the path of my God. I am a role model of
I just feel
ideal
like
worship.
Ash would engage with this and be like, how can you possibly be spreading the word of your god if you don't already know everything? Aren't you trying to run before you walk then?
The true value is in the destination, Not the journey, not the destination, rather.
So then knowledge isn't your ultimate goal.
In acquiring more knowledge, is inherently good, and in acquiring knowledge, we are engaging in worship.
I am sensing inconsistencies here in your story.
No. That was just me, like the player, flubbing my words. The constant acquisition of knowledge is an act of worship and faith.
Interesting.
I am
I
not
should
one
take
to
down notes
judge.
on this.
I am not one to judge exactly what method of worship you choose to do. Though now that you have a little bit more of your healing prowess, River, can you proceed with some more of the lay on hands?
For sure. I spend 2 of them on Layla. And is there anyone else without?
Layla
With
doesn't have it. Layla wasn't even here to gain the the effects. The only people who currently have it right now should be Milarka and Phoenix and Zashi.
Oh yes, Zashi, what was your answer to my essay prompt? Mm.
Zashi went to
Mm.
sleep early before everyone else.
Oh yes. Zashi, what would you think
Feels
is the best way to fix the ills of society?
burn the world. Am I right?
There can be no ills of a society if there is no society.
Oh
That's what I'm thinking.
my god.
No,
The
it doesn't. There is
the
such thing as
Za-
there is such thing as absolute truth.
Zashi's response is like if someone said, "Do you think it's a good idea to help orphans?" and someone says, "That depends."
It depends on the orphan.
It does depend on the orphan.
If we got rid of all the orphans, then we wouldn't need to help any.
That's the if all the starving people just ate the starving people, we'd have no starving people.
Right, that's true.
True.
No, there is a right answer. We just have to find it. Such is the
It's the
teaching
new,
of the way of knowledge.
Are you
it's the new
speaking
red meat.
ideally or realistically?
Well, I mean, it's open for you it's, I mean, the ball's in your court. I'm
Realistically?
just
Ooh, good answer.
Phoenix keeps his response. It's always the law.
yeah. So you're last because the law it just reinforces the status quo wherein the ills exist.
Exactly. In chaos, we find tribulations and disorder. Through the law and order, do we find it. Basically, that's Phoenix's whole religion.
Yeah. Well.
It's like a whole religion clashing here.
Mhm. Well, see, my whole thing is that stagnation is the enemy, and law is just reinforcing what is, not progressing us towards what could be, therefore synonymous with stagnation.
And yet you speak of an absolute.
Yes.
That is stagnant.
I'm gonna go up to River
hmm hmm
and I'll be like, just heal them already. You're so useless.
No. I am. I'm just doing the order. It's in my not in my opinion, but in my character's opinion, it is now
Okay,
Zachi and
listen.
then Phoenix.
I am going to tell you who to heal, okay?
I just decided.
Okay.
But yes, 2 for
Uh,
Zashi, 2 for Phoenix.
Okay.
Does anyone want to hear my opinion?
Sure.
Go for it.
No,
Yes, please, Ace.
No.
That would be
no.
fascinating.
I'm tired of this
I
conversation, Grandpa.
They're new. Ignore them.
Well, that's too damn bad.
Thank you for knowing what I was talking about.
growing up, there was a person I tried to save once. Back when I was slower, and I was just 1 second too late. That traumatized me, man. That traumatized me. I got an obsession for speed at that point. Phoenix, they're lying. This is a made-up backstory.
Run, Barry, run.
You just see
Run,
Phoenix
boy.
is like he's like looking up. He's like looking up, and he just like pulls up his pipe. And he just
Yeah.
puts it to his face.
He's got the transcription for that one cinematic with Echo.
Oh
He's
my
just
God.
reading.
It's just, I think it's important to inspire the people. Make them feel like there's purpose to this world, and so I go around and I help people. That's what I do. I help people. If I go fast, I can help people faster. That's just the way it works.
Right. Either way, Phoenix taps his pipe to his faceplate again. River, shall we go ahead and rescue your companion's sister?
Of course, of course. Who would I be if I didn't help my wonderful roommate towards their goal? And I
You don't
start
have to keep
chanting.
telling everyone we're roommates.
Well, then what should I tell them we are?
What are we? Kidding. Just friends. I don't know. It's
And they were
Just friends, huh? Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up.
History said they were great friends.
What'd they
don't
say?
make an insight. Don't make an insight check.
36.
Anti-reliable
Hang on.
talent.
Hang on.
Wait,
Oh my God.
River, where specifically in the abyss are you aiming?
Well, so this is the really good question because
Fuck.
so
Hold
So
on,
the-
hold on. We actually know. We know
We do know exactly
we
where
know.
they are. It's
we
just
know
we need to-
we know the layer of the abyss, right? It's
Okay, hold.
Baphomet's domain, the infinite labyrinth.
Yes,
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 it is
However,
exactly.
Baphomet's domain, the infinite labyrinth.
it is the infinite labyrinth, so like where to aim is kind of a tough question to answer.
But we saw exactly
I
where they
mean,
were
but
being
at
kept, right?
least we know the plane that they're in, and from there we can go forward.
I, I preach, sister.
As long as we're in the same plane of existence, we have more access to things that we would have not have otherwise.
Okay, while you're doing that ritual,
But
notice just
Oh yeah,
I
because you have to do this for a whole 24 hours, right?
yeah. This is the whole day, so buckle up.
Buckle up,
okay.
boyos.
Yeah.
Where are you creating the portal, by the way?
Uh, yeah, let's do some redecorating anyway. I mean, this is definitely turning into like an MC Escher library situation for sure, for sure. This whole room. But I will
Oh yeah,
leave a
by the way,
little
since we're
lava
probably
bed
going to be able to
for
get another
flashlight.
long rest in, I could use some sendings for if anybody wants to message the town by any chance.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, by the way, Aqua, if it wasn't already apparent, I am still always giving everyone non-detection, just sprinkling it on them like pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Ashra, you wouldn't by
So,
any chance have like a planar binding, would you?
planar binding. What level is that?
It's like a really high level cleric spell.
It's a 5th level spell. I can prepare it if you want.
No, I was just curious if you had it. It might prove to be useful since we're actually entering the abyss, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a big maybe.
so, the portal is created over. You can kind of get a clear view of the interior of what you see before you, as it does appear to be just one incredibly large labyrinth.
Oh boy.
Well, I've never seen a maze I've never been able to crack.
Especially
Until
since his brother can
today.
see through walls. I mean, it's kind of cheating, honestly.
Are you implying that I'm a cheater? In the
Yes.
infinite labyrinth, are you for real?
I
Yes.
you shouldn't have gotten him started. Why would you do that?
I am appalled. The very essence of demons is the fact they're all a bunch of cheaters, and Phoenix just goes on.
Can't beat him, join him, I guess, right, Phoenix?
I'm only beating them at their own game.
So you're playing their own game,
Yes,
Got
that
it.
is the essence of the law.
playing the
law is
same
not
game
cheating?
as demons.
Playing by the same rule book.
Mm.
Demons have their own rules and their own laws to how they govern those rules. You play by them, and you overcome them and beat them in it.
Not all demons, guys. Come on.
God.
But certainly devils.
Hashtag not all demons. Yeah.
So wait. We see the labyrinth right now? Are we allowed to enter it? Or did we take another long rest before we
It's
can enter it?
it's all laid out before us, it seems, right?
How long does a portal last?
Less an hour, I believe. Let me double check. Inventory.
Yes.
Yeah, an hour.
So we don't have time to long rest.
But it took 24 hours to summon this thing, so we actually did get another chance to long rest.
True.
True.
Oh yeah, whoever needs to surely can.
All right, so what Phoenix is going to do is this. During the time that he's basically prepping, he'll send two things.
Oh.
I'll send this one directly to Lord Albert. And I'll say something along the lines of, we found the demon menace. A portal will be open at this location, and I'll say the location, however many words is needed. Send all you have. 1 hour. Is there any response?
Probably
Wait.
asleep.
What did you say?
I'm just saying. Like,
That was my message. I don't want
What?
to repeat it if I can avoid it.
I didn't
I-
actually hear, so if it doesn't
The
concern
message
me,
you receive is basically
I've got a fun new spell.
Wait, I didn't hear Aqua. What do you say?
yeah, I didn't either. I
Yeah.
was like,
He's so quiet now.
he said the
Like, it's
message you
funny.
receive is basically, and then didn't say anything after.
Yeah, it's zzz.
yeah, he's
Zzz.
sleeping.
Wait. Phoenix is smart. This is taking over the course of like a whole 24 hours. Phoenix is smart enough, and he knows the time thanks to his own keen mind. He knows the time of day.
Lord Albert is always sleeping.
Yeah, but yeah, I was gonna say I sleep whenever I feel like. I don't understand. Are you trying to like deduct when he's asleep?
He's trying to choose a time of day that's not when during sleeping hours.
The man has chronic narcolepsy.
Yeah, he's always
I
asleep unless we walk into
like
the room to wake him up.
literally
Ah.
me, by the way. Like literally me. I wish
Have
I was
we
kidding. I fall asleep so easily.
Have we met Reynard in this timeline?
No.
No. Hmm. The only other person I could think of is Commander Skylark, and I don't think he views us favorably.
He does.
But we
There's the other
did
commander at the other
obey.
gate.
Huh?
The commander at the other gate?
What commander?
The west gate commander. The one
That
where
was
Maiev is.
That was Skylark.
Skylark, yeah.
Oh, that was the same one? I
Mhm.
assumed it was a
Yeah.
different one.
Yeah, in this rendition of Legion of Iron, after the second chapter, he's not viewed as favorably. Well, I mean, still, I guess Phoenix will send the same message to him regardless. I still have two more sendings left. So whether he accepts the message or not, and maybe Phoenix will probably preface the message. This is like putting our disagreements aside. I choose to still fight for Whitestone, and then he'll follow up with the rest of the message.
Or Whitestone.
Phoenix does also recognize, however, that they can't actually turn to cover.
Wait, what happened?
You sound quiet, dude.
I can't
Oh,
hear
you
you.
guys
You're
have
so
anything?
quiet.
Yeah.
I can
Oh,
hear
weird.
you.
Hold on.
They're pretending. I need to sleep.
Let me see if this works.
We sound better there. Oh, there.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, let me see if that works.
That seems better.
Sounds already
Yeah,
better.
that does.
Yeah, better.
Oh yeah, I just had to unplug something back. What I was saying is, you recognize that Phoenix, you're aware that they have no way of actually entering the cabinet by themselves while River's not here.
Oh, well, hold on. Can't River just leave it open though?
They could.
Then Agent Death would get in.
Well, I mean, Agent Death already could get in.
He can't teleport in.
No, because he has his own ring, and that's how we
Oh,
used to get
right.
in here.
Yep.
So he could already get in.
Hmm.
And if we have an army of reinforcements coming to a place, it doesn't matter if Agent Death is there. That's basically the enemy. And plus, they can maybe serve as a good distraction or people to fight back against Agent Death during the time that we're in the Abyss. So either way, I see it as only as a net benefit to let them know, regardless of their feelings of us. So yes, knowing that, I'll continue with my message. I'll still preface it with like, you may not like me, but I still choose to fight to assist Whitestone in its time of need, and I have found enemy's lair. Insert direction here. Send all you have. Alert Lord Albert.
I don't mean to butt into your sending, but how exactly does this help Whitestone?
Wait, who responded to that?
Aza, because
Because we know that Agent Death is here in this location. Either they come here and they stop Lord Agent Death from reacquiring the Ring of Malice, which prevents him from opening more of those portals. Either way, they stand to benefit by dealing with this area. The prompter, the better.
oh, I didn't mean that. I just meant like entering into the abyss at this moment.
Well, we're out to save friends. It doesn't matter at this point. We can always just turn back the dial of time, but right now we have souls to save. Phoenix is talking about
Well-
re-entering the chapter.
Yeah. In the meantime,
Ha ho ha he ha ho ho ho.
Anyways,
Ritual,
do I get a
ritual.
response on my sending?
You don't get a response
No
to it now.
response.
Okay, fine. No response.
Jeez.
Everyone's too stuck up, apparently.
It's true.
I'm doing a ritual, so ritual sounds.
I got one more sending. Does anyone have any message that wants to be sent?
Then nudes, lol.
No.
I'm checking something. All right, as you have the portal open there, there's one other thing, River. As you're even just mentally considering leaving, it's almost like a prompt that appears into your mind. No guardian designated. It's almost like a warning sound of sorts.
Hmm.
so wait for them to get here, and then designate one of them, probably a lieutenant.
It
Oh,
seems
that's what he's here for.
it seems I will not
Oh,
be able to
Legion 1.
leave.
Yeah.
Legion designate Legion 1 as
Hmm.
the guardian.
Do we think Legion 1 is strong enough?
He
He
nearly
literally
murdered us.
soloed the fucking party last time.
He is cracked.
Hmm. I'm concerned that Legion 1, because he is a servant to another, may be compromised.
Hmm.
But without other alternatives, maybe the best choice. Is this the Abyss, Aqua? Like the real Abyss, or is this within the book Pocket Dimension type of place?
You know, Ash asked that exact question earlier, and the answer was you
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, now that we can see into it, do we have anything more to go off of?
I mean, it,
Is
it looks like it, but
Is it
you
black
know,
and white or is it in full color? Because I think that
it's a
would be.
convincing enough drawing. As for whether or not it's in color, hold on, let me check something.
I think if it's in color, that should be a good enough answer.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it might actually be black and white. I don't recall if it's like gray walls and you know what I mean.
It are dual grays and browns and a
Brown.
hazy fog that make up the
Oh.
interior.
It's
Are-
sepia toned.
Sepia tone. Are there browns in the Book of Iron, or has it truly been black and white and gray?
It's been all black and white.
Well,
Maybe it's just an in-between dimension of the black and white and color.
By the way, before we enter, we still need to designate Legion 1 as the guardian of this place.
well, that will do, I suppose. Legion 1, you ready?
They are a robot and do not give a positive affirmation to that statement.
Does it when I sort of think at them, does the ring respond as if this is like a designatable guardian?
You motion your hand over it, and it feels like if you just clench, they will become the guardian.
I clench that guy.
Where'd he go?
Clenched him.
You were supposed to designate and not kill him.
What the fuck does clench mean?
You
Like
get
your butt when you're
y-
about to lose it.
Mm-hmm. Like when you feel
River.
the
You feel it. The guardian has been designated.
All right, that'll have to do.
A pop-up notification. The Guardian has been designated.
Mm-hmm. All right, well,
I suppose we're going to be as ready as we're ever going to be, traveling to the infinite labyrinth. Now that is something I'm worth investigating.
I'm
Phoenix will.
excited.
on
Phoenix pops his collar.
He's so cool.
He's so ready.
He's so cool. Well,
Marsha will.
Sorry, I was zoning out a bit. What's the deal with Legion? What was the clenching?
I
He's a
clenched him.
Making him the appointed
He's
guardian.
been designated a
Yes,
guardian.
okay.
He likely
Yeah.
will reappear when this place is in danger.
Yes.
Okay.
And I can design this place to be more like advantageous for him, right?
Yes.
Legion 1.
What did he fight like again? Like a swarm of him?
Summoned copies.
Mhm.
Basically.
And he could transfer his mind in between those copies.
Did he need line of sight to do that?
No.
All right, then I would like to construct like a maze, but stacked, so it's like 3D. So this whole place is full of like
A scary
bays.
cube.
Do we still have access to the wind cutter? I know Tony had it when they died. Oh no, because only their soul left them, but their body was still there.
Yeah, what's it called? Maestro? No, not Maestro.
Malarka.
Who took Malaka did? Or is
Yeah,
it you?
I took like all
You
the
have
stuff
everything.
and just
Yeah.
holding on to it.
My best friend.
Do you mind parting with the wind cutter for now?
I'm not using it. Sure. Where do I
Right.
put
They're
it?
she's just holding them on.
Because the wind cutter was Legion 1's original weapon.
Yeah.
Wait, so you were providing the wind cutter back over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. With that, the portal is there.
Where is it?
I assume.
It's
on the
it's
I
map.
mean,
it's
I
there.
didn't actually draw, but it's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're being all portal.
Nice. Look at that.
I do too.
Phoenix looks at the portal,
Very cool.
pops his collar, places his hands in his pockets, and begins to walk through the
I'll
portal.
be right back, guys.
You don't have to
Okay.
be so like counter edgy about it.
He's doing the detective entrance.
Oh shit! It's true. It's a time loop.
He has the blade that we used to take it from him.
It's come full circle.
Technically not true because we got it early this time. I think we got it on chapter 1 of Legion of Iron.
Next time we can do it in the prologue.
It's earlier every time.
We're traveling
Everybody
through the
passes.
like as Phoenix is like as passing through this, he looks towards Layla. So like we're traveling through the into another plane of existence yet again, huh?
Layla looks at him with the most defeated eyes. Please don't say Feywild.
Oh, did
Damn it.
River leave the door open? Or no?
The front door.
He should have.
Whoa, people. Okay.
Who are you people?
Thank
I
you.
had it ready.
It's not just people, it was a close up on people.
They don't exist.
Disgusting.
I like to imagine it's very like Dark Souls esque where we just see like phantoms of what are other possible realities or worlds.
Amazing.
I like that. Yeah. I mean, I was playing Dark Souls 2 for like fucking 6 hours today.
Nice.
Yeah.
The number 2.
Where's my other thingy? There? No, that's the wrong kind. Got 2 varieties of this thingy. And they're a matched pair. But I kind of tossed them around, and so I can't find the second one right now. Dumbass.
Give me a moment.
I've got one of each. It'll be hilarious if I can only find one of each. I hate mismatched pairs unless I find them aesthetically similar.
Phoenix just turns
second
to
time, actually.
Zashi's the second time, actually.
Hold on. So I'm double checking something. That might be important. Second.
What's my character token? Is it beneath? No.
Now the good question is, do we want to take the week rest, or do we just want to go ahead and just go straight to the next chapter?
Well, taking the
Speaking
week
of,
rest would refill our fatigue, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
speaking of, that's actually well, I had to double check because I had to cross-reference some information. As you exit out of the book, there is an unusual effect that initially seems to trigger. For a brief moment upon exiting, it feels as if your skin is once again made out of paper, though that effect quickly fades, but you find yourself just full of fatigue, as if the vitality has been drained from your body
What?
and your fatigue is maxed out. You also see
Wow.
that with your true sight that there are like tendrils of green little wisps that seem to have been coalescing all around inside of the air as if trying to gather your attention.
Phoenix looks at the things. I think our good old friend is trying to communicate to us.
Ah, Miriam.
Phoenix will look towards it. The coalescence as he'll nod. As I guess he'll make his way to the Forgotten Library, or to whatever that place is called again. It's been a while.
Uh, the unpublished realm.
Yeah, the unpublished realm.
Yes. You do notice that your fatigue has been all maxed out, though. You all just feel tired.
So all my fatigue is gone.
As in, like, yeah, it's been expended. Like, you
Okay.
are fatigued out.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Okay.
Oh.
I'm back.
Our fatigue is all gone.
Yes.
We have no fatigue tolerance left.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good way of phrasing it.
I used fatigue tolerance for mine. I've literally
Yeah,
got that as
it works out the same either way, whether or not it's you have no fatigue tolerance left or you max at your fatigue. They're both true. I can't escape it even in game. No. I just noticed that Zaji said. I can't escape even in game. I presume the others are following Phoenix and over
Yep.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
I'll
Station.
note that friend is a bit of a strong word, but yeah.
Oof.
Well,
I mean, would you call this dragon fella a friend when he's more of a business partner?
I mean, I suppose that works. A companion, a
No,
traveling
that's
companion.
what River and Alec are.
Wow.
No, hold up. But I rolled an insight for that. What were they, anyways? Are they friends
Uh,
or friends'
They're
friends?
roommates.
Wink,
you
wink,
know,
wink.
you're even more confused after rolling inside because we don't know.
We definitely are roommates. That's for
That we do know.
And they were roommates.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But I use my empathic to judge to see your feelings for each other.
Your
Okay.
feelings got confused by the demon that's inside
T-
Alec.
Tell you what, I'll DM you. I'll DM you Rivers' feelings about Alec, and Alec can do the same, and then you can sort of triangulate what's actually going on.
You
Oh my
like
god.
you like look
What?
into his thoughts. It's just like a fucking like bad like yaoi cover. Just
No,
Like
you know what I
big
think it
hands.
is it's like I don't know if you've seen the meme where it's like you take like
Okay,
two
I
people
gotta go.
together and
Be right
it's like
back.
okay.
I wonder what I taste like, and the other person's like, I can help you with that, and then one person's thinking of it sexually, and the other person's thinking cannibalism. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you
my,
know
my,
what? When
my,
we were
my,
making the character, we were being called, and I was like, it would be funny if they had a little bit of a homoerotic tension going on. And he's like, oh my god, that's so true. So,
Oh my
excellent.
god.
so that's kind of like where our conversation ended about that. But I guess. So I don't
Oh
know how
no.
to answer this on Alex's behalf. Alex's behalf. Alex.
why is it so often that our sessions return to cannibalism?
I don't
I don't
know.
see anything wrong with this.
Cannibalism is poggers.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, as the DM,
Hmm.
you put the bumpers around the bowling alley. So really, if we wind up around cannibalism, I think it's your fault.
Oh.
He has a point.
I never think of a cannibalism if I'm not in an aqua session. So think of that. Take that how you will.
I mean, I think about it way more than that, but I feel like that's just a me thing.
Why?
Alright.
If I speak, I will be in trouble.
Okay, DM me then.
Right. You head through the library once again, being familiar with the twisting, turning of space, until eventually you find yourself once again in that familiar, unpublished realm.
I love the music in this place.
Music in this place is pretty baller.
Mm-hmm. Where? Let's see. There we go.
I guess right about the point where Phoenix does enter, he knows where how this usually goes. He'll go ahead and turn on the true sight of his vision.
You don't actually have to call out or wait for long. Miriam approaches, and with no amount of greeting or friendliness to exude, gets immediately down to business.
See, I told you friend was a strong word.
Defeat the
Get
Huns.
down. Okay. I hated
He
that.
has
Why
been
do you? Why did you do the
tampering.
same thing I was thinking?
He has been tampering with the books with further experimentation. I attempted to alert you, but it seems I cannot manage to contact you while you are within.
Hmm. Is
Hmm.
that why I feel particularly winded after exiting the book?
It's likely a side effect of doing so. From what I can gather, they are experimenting with increasing the pool of the ability of the books to entrap individuals within. It seems
That's
that
concern.
you've already been pulled your essence while you are within, almost dragged further within, and trapped almost. But it does not appear that they are unleashing the full scale of the entrapment yet. They must still be testing the mechanisms. There is time still, but we must consider a way for us to be able to contact, so that should this transpire again, we can initiate a way of being able to get you out as necessary.
Hmm. And what method would you suggest, Miriam?
I do not know.
Phoenix looks around this unpublished library. By any chance, is there maybe forgotten knowledge that may be able to be of use to us?
Forgotten knowledge, you say?
Well, how do you know if it's forgotten?
I guess technically all of this is his library, so he would know, but I guess Phoenix would just ask just to, if Miriam doesn't know, then this it probably has to be new knowledge for him.
And indeed, that is sort of what they emphasize. This is an unprecedented situation. There has been no point in history of recollection of all the chapters in all of the books in which an entrapment of this scale has been attempted to be manifested, nor is there any place like the books here in Candlekeep.
What kind of pool are you granted inside of these stories? Maybe we could find a method that can amplify your pull if necessary, and you can pull us out once it gets too dire.
Let me be clear, I have no ability to actually pull you out of the book. Rather, I was insisting that you should find your own way out as necessary, if the circumstance becomes dire enough as to necessitate an expedited escape. You were taking an unusually long time within. I attempted to gather your attention, but it seems to have failed.
A sending stone would quite possibly work. Sending works across planes.
What kind of message did you send by any chance? What was the intended
As
message?
as of almost an annoyance at the sending suggestion, they say I attempted to use a sending to see if you would be able to notice. I attempted to use my wisp to interact with the book directly, but it still was insufficient. There must be some mechanism. There must be some way, or else we risk your forms being trapped before you're able to retaliate. If it happens while you are investigating, have you found a sufficient solution to handle Quill's powers yet?
No. Frankly, as far as I could tell, we may have to do some research into the possibility of a counter to the pull from the stories.
Yeah. Just as a reminder, I think it's something we had discussed before, speaking out of character right now, is on the next extended rest, trying to contact the Harpers and learn more.
Oh yeah, we were. I think that was the plan, kind of, right? To have a look at to investigate the Harpers.
Yeah, to see if we can't try to figure out more about Quill and potentially, I don't know, how to deal with him.
His powers.
Hmm.
Yeah. If that's the
We
thing
can
where we
actually.
physically go and visit the Harpers, River would love to go on that.
Alternatively, if you wish to ask Miriam if any of the books somewhere might have, I don't know, an orb of anti-magic that could prove useful.
I think it's not so much that. I think it's like so much that it's beyond. It's like it's something that's from the book itself that's keeping us, or is trying to steal our souls.
I mean, for dealing with Quill.
Yeah. Oh well. I
Orb
don't
of
know about that.
anti-magic.
We have
I-
2 conundrums now before us.
I might
You were about to say?
I might have an idea in as far as communication, but it might be a long shot. I'll have to get back to you guys on this.
I'm willing to hear it.
Uh so like a lot of communication is limited to like being on the same plane. But I share a bound soul with Maev at this point. So I wonder if it's possible for us to communicate between planes or something. I haven't tried
Soul
it
Well, see
magic
if you
is
can
an
communicate with her now.
yet. What?
See if you can
Actually,
communicate
this
with
is
her now.
probably the best person to ask. Miriam, I do have one question for you. Um, in regards to the multi-planes of the universe itself, if we were to enter, let's just say, the abyss while inside the books, do we enter the abyss as though we the actual abyss, or the abyss in relation to the story?
Everything in the book is a limited recreation, including those of other planes. While treated functionally as them, they will be limited within the scope of what is actually explorable. Much in the same way if you were to attempt to leave the vicinities of Whitestone inside of the Legion of Iron, you would find that the world beyond simply does not exist. There is no world. It is a limited box.
So perhaps that might be, for lack of a better term, sort of an emergency exit for us on the way out. That is how we
Oh,
exited this time, after all. We
if
tried to port into the abyss, but because the abyss simply is not explorable within Legion of Iron, instead it dumped us right back into the library.
Well, it's at least partially explorable. We know that some of it exists.
yes, actually, that's actually a good point. If
I've
everything is
considered
basically
leaving the
what's confined
cave.
into like a box, it's like if we leave the box, the story ends.
Well, we left the cave by going through the portal.
Also true. But if we, so I suppose very good point. But if we, for instance, tried to teleport to a different plane of existence that is not part of the Legion of Iron story, say for example we had tried to go to another plane with the Ring of Malice, it probably would have dumped us out of the story as well.
Unfortunately, not the case. However, you see that Miriam seems to have respect the you get the sense that they have a respect for the deduction here in the line of thinking as they settle on a pillar. Not quite in a sense of relaxation, but very much that they're not on constant edge as they used to be all the time while discussing. I think from all of you.
It's like he's
As they
like
say,
casually sitting on a table or something.
Yeah.
Not too casually, of course.
Yeah,
But
Maestra isn't
Yeah,
all
of
that
course.
intelligent, so she can't contribute too much to this, unfortunately. She's proficient in Arcana, but not
I
close
mean,
with
Phoenix
herself.
can only make logical deductions. Ash is the one with the whole planar knowledge.
Should you attempt to move beyond the boundaries of what the story entails, you will simply be met with an invisible wall that will not allow passage beyond it.
So then the fact that were able to actually enter said portal means that that was not outside the bounds of the story. Meaning that it is potentially in later chapters of the story that we were currently barred to, the original story did have the characters that we are embodying go to that plane to deal with the threat. So,
At least that means we're
essentially,
on the right track.
exactly. If we
But
can find out the triggers and everything for the supposed advanced chapters, we can potentially do another quote unquote speed run attempt of it.
You may also be able to use this to be able to identify which parts of the story are pertained to its advancement. For example, should you attempt to enter the abyss within a canopic being, if that is not related to the story, then the attempt will not succeed.
Interesting.
That does put an interesting caveat into the whole planar travel solution. Then that means any
That would be
attempt
part
to
of why we
travel back
can't.
to any attempts to travel back to Candlekeep will just yield us unable to travel back to Candlekeep.
Unless traveling back were within the confines of the story. But that would be a terribly written story. They didn't say that as a joke, but it sounded like a joke.
Everyone's like, okay.
Phoenix just nods. So simply just exiting out of the box. So it sounds like it's. Is there any other methods to have there been any method attempts to escape or get out of the box, Miriam? Has anyone tried? Has anyone been successful?
Not to my knowledge. However, you have intimate knowledge about what constitutes a chapter's end in many cases. You may be able to simply expedite the ending as necessary in order to make a quick escape.
Oh, okay. So we can basically abuse the system, is what he's saying.
If we reach the ending, story's over.
No, we know how the stories end. So basically,
Right.
what we do is that we go to a scenario, and if it looks like we're in danger, we basically just fast travel to the ending.
Notice, however, the pull of the books is stronger than ever. No longer is there a chance that you will not be entrapped within. For now, if your body were to remain behind, you will be certainly trapped within, where before was not a guarantee. Do not perish within.
Damn, someone
That
drop
sounds
down
like
the
more
curve
than
that
ever we have to
fire.
be very careful.
And should you perish, at the very least, accomplish what you did in that previous incident. Make sure that the bodies have been revived and brought back with you to ensure that they are not trapped inside.
What does Miriam think about my communication thought?
Soul magic is one of the most recent fields to have been investigated. The full extent of what's possible has not been looked into, but there is merit in investigating that as an option. I do not myself understand exactly what happens to your bodies when you enter into a book. But the soul must be preserved in some capacity. And it necessitates that there is likely some possibility there that is worthwhile to check. We must investigate all options as fast as we can.
Well, I guess I know what we're doing this week.
Well, I wanted to investigate more further into to the missing claws, but I suppose he'll turn to Ash. He's just like, may I have request your assistance in this? You're probably the field experts in this, but I feel as though I could stand to benefit from your expertise on the matter, especially regarding soul magic.
Mm.
Um,
Hmm.
Ash, um, you work with souls much, yes? Do you know of any of your spells that can trap a soul?
Actually, yes, there is a rather standard one that comes to mind for something like this. I don't know how it would work within the scope of this, but one can make a soul cage.
Do you think that if, when someone dies, we use Soul Cage, bring their body back with us, and then use magic outside, and would that bypass the effect?
Yem.
What was the question exactly?
If
If
we use
we
Soul Cage on a dying person, on one of us dying, could that bypass the library keeping them?
Only one
You're
way to
not
find
sure.
out. Draws blade.
There's only one way to find out. Shing.
is there uh, any way in Arcana to create like a tether?
Contingency, although that would likely not work given
That's a
interdimensional
good
stuff.
question. Could I roll Arcana?
What do you mean by a tether?
Find your way back kind of thing. Whether it's a tether back to this plane, it would be ideally something like it to the
There's
material plane. Something just to link
dimensional
back.
shackles,
Yeah.
but that doesn't let you leave the plane you are currently on.
I'm just thinking something that would allow it, essentially it's like the trail of breadcrumbs, right? You're like or the equivalent of
Astral projection, soul tether.
the rope in the labyrinth. It's like something that makes it easier for the soul to find its way back to the material plane. Like a pole.
You are not aware of any effect that would do that, but that sounds an awful lot like what revival essentially is. Because that's what basically revival is. It is the soul's floating about, and you're like, hey,
Say yoink.
I thought that just sounded like the astral plane. Basically, because like when you go to the astral plane, you have a silver line that tethers your body to your soul while you're in the astral. And then if like let's just say Get the Yankee crits you, they could chop off that silver tether and separating the body from the soul.
Mm-hmm.
that's probably the closest thing. Although that's more of like
So,
an astral projection, but yeah, same idea.
but like, is there a way to do something like that for the books, maybe, so that when the souls leave, there's still a tether that's just still attached to the main body outside the story,
Sorry, checking something.
or is that something that maybe we could potentially attempt to research into?
potentially researchable, but that's like a whole. You are aware that this is a whole field of study essentially, and
That's what part of what
I'm
Ash is
sure if we
saying.
stick like a lot of the great minds together, we could come up with something. Maestro with the body, Ash with the soul, and Phoenix with the investigation.
You consider Maisha a
you?
great
What am I, chopped liver? Come on.
I meant for like the body, the physical body. There's probably nobody better than Maestro, at least in our group.
I thought Ash had medicine expertise.
I definitely have proficiency. Let me see. Do I have expertise? I do. You're right. Mhm.
What
Yeah,
about
Never
the
mind,
Maisha's
sort
Ash
more
is
of
pretty
proficient.
good at it
moral?
too.
What about the
My
sort of
Maisha.
moral sensibilities?
No.
Hmm?
Not Maisha. Maisha's generally good.
Let's
But
not forget that she poisoned a bunch of rats for her experiment.
not rats, sheep.
Excuse me.
Let's get this
That's
straight now.
that's way worse.
Anyways, my point being is that if we get like a bunch of the like some really cracked level 18 creatures beings into this, I think we have a solid chance of finding something. I mean, it's up to us, all of us in general, anyways.
But yes,
if
that
Miriam
might
sent us
be.
that there appears to be nothing further, they simply turn around and dive back into the ethereal area surrounding the unpublished realm.
Okay.
Then I suppose we gotta find something to plan out.
Hmm. I did not have anything specific other than testing more poison that I was going to do. Maisha will hold up her hands and like roll her wrists like you're cracking. I don't
I
know.
could
Does anyone else like popping your knuckles do that with like your wrists? Does anyone else do that?
I mean if I roll my wrist it'll pop. But I guess this is it, I guess Aqua. Since Miriam
Yeah,
says that soul
I'm
magic is
back.
basically like untapped and basically nobody knows too much about it. It's to be assumed then that any information cannot be garnered here in the library, but probably outside the library.
Correct. There's just not that much information about soul magic. You'll find the occasional ramblings of like the mad necromancer here or there. Um, uh, you know, sometimes not exactly substantiated and sometimes unethically sourced, but for the most part, soul magic, at least to the extent of manipulating it, is pretty new field of research. There's very few spells that even interact with the soul. The closest thing that you know that even functions with souls in the first place is probably a lich's phylactery, and that's a whole can of worms.
I mean Ash is basically trying to cure death, so we're kind of in her field.
I mean, yeah, I'd have to do something than extended rest in terms of trying to look at tethering, but it sounds like based on what the DM has said so far that might be a thematic dead end, at least right now.
Wait, I didn't get that impression. He just said that it will normally take a very long time.
Hmm.
But we're a party of really well trained seasoned adventurers.
This is true.
We are above the norm.
I mean,
You
then
know,
I can try to look into it.
I mean, if you're up for looking into it, I am up to providing my expertises on this on the stuff that I have for this.
Absolutely. I mean,
The only thing I'm lacking is the Arcana proficiency, and that's I'll leave it up to you on that.
yeah, I can dig into Arcana. I still personally do feel though that we should dig into the Harpers and kind of everything that happened with Quill to get, I don't know, maybe there's something there about how we can try to handle him.
Actually, that's a good thing too. Um, maybe during my week rest, I could try investigating the Harpers and see if they themselves have any idea in regards to soul magic.
Yeah.
I would love to go with whoever's visiting the Harpers. That sounds like something River would like.
That would be Phoenix.
Thankfully,
yeah.
this is not Jacob's.
Yeah. You'll want someone with good charisma by your side. And that's where I come in.
I literally have 20 charisma.
I have
Yo,
18
nice.
charisma. I am not bad at charisma, guys.
really?
Yep, I have 18 charisma.
Yeah, me too.
Damn. Damn.
I have
Alright, you
The
charismatic
hell?
people, you.
You
Okay.
dashing bastards.
I have 18 wisdom. No, sorry, 20 wisdom, 18 charisma, 18 con, 17 intelligence, and then my strength and dex are my dump stats with 9 and 10.
I see.
Nice.
Yeah, that's int and charisma for me.
Yeah.
I only have one good stat, TVQH.
I mean, I've got a 20 whiz.
20 whiz, yeah.
Hell yeah.
20 con, baby.
I got 20 decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
have
have
above 20
like
strength. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
My dump stats are covered by lovely items.
True.
Just
Imagine
hide the
being a
mess under the bed.
imagine being a barbarian with a dump stat and strength and still having a strength of 21.
every time somebody said dump stat, I always hear like I always think people are gonna say dump truck. I don't know why.
I don't
Wow,
have much of a dump truck,
Yeah, I got a
unfortunately.
dump truck.
the gosh, the internet has destroyed your guys' minds.
Thought you were gonna say like a
My
dump
mind was not
stat, like
destroyed by
take
the
a dump
internet. My
now.
mind was destroyed by fucking books.
Right.
Hey, I wouldn't
Destroyed
suggest it with the
Mhm.
books, but I mean, if you really want to, the
Really,
paper
and
cuts can be nasty.
really any kind of knowledge corrupts.
You want me to pull out my fucking erotica that I have on my fucking
Oh,
shelf right
okay.
now?
No, it's because of how you said it. because I peep in books. I wouldn't do that with all the paper
Oh,
cuts you could
God, no. And you have to keep shit separate, okay? And cleanup is important.
get.
Would y'all
True.
mind speaking in English? Like, what is this?
You're not
Oh,
missing
hold on, I had
anything.
to click on I had to click on a character, hold on.
Amazing. So is that the end of the session, or do we start on our week's rest?
What time is it? So, I think we could get the week's rest
Yeah.
stuff moving. Surely it can't take that long.
Yeah.
I know we started late though, and it's what? This is actually the usual end of the session time, isn't it?
Almost.
Yeah.
Just about.
Roughly.
Pretty
Yeah.
close.
We still have an hour.
We normally
Oh,
go
really?
another hour, is what, but it is midnight for folks on the East Coast.
Oh, wait, no. I just am bad at time. That's why it has only been. Wait, really?
Yeah, we
Am I
started
doing
an
it
hour
now?
late, so
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Yeah, I meant if we had started on time because if I didn't.
If we had started on
it-
time, we still normally go closer to like what for me is 12:45 or 1.
Mm.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Okay.
feel it.
Let's see what week rest stuff we can get going, so that way we can leap right into things next
Okay,
session.
I gotta rally. Let's see.
because our week's
Right.
rest takes forever.
Got it. Then Josh, how about we start with you first?
I think I know what he's doing. Okay.
Gonna be
Fireballing sheep.
kaboom.
Sashi is a man of few words.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, Zashi,
it's
kaboom.
All right, I think it's been if it's just continuing to harness their aspect with the help of their crew. I think it's just been what is it? It's been insight and a fireball roll, was it? I feel like that's what it was.
I think that sounds right. Insight for
Sounds like
self
Zashi's just blowing
introspection,
shit up.
and then a fireball roll.
So basically, you're on the spectrum, and you just love fucking fire.
I don't. I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
suggest.
recommend doing
I wouldn't
that.
suggest doing that with the fire, but
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing that with the fire either.
You just fucking love fire. There, that better?
yes.
But with
Yeah, much
Zashi,
better.
he probably would the first way around.
I don't know. I don't see Zashi as having like anything more than a platonic appreciation for fire.
Dude, the way he keeps going on with it, I could totally see it being sexual. A pyrophiliac?
no.
Yes.
Sounds
Oh,
pretty
boy.
hot.
Yay!
Hey.
I mean, if it was a fire elemental that looked hot, all puns intended. Me too. I mean, I channeled it into just sparking a lighter in like I melted. I burnt and melted holes in my pockets because I kept on sparking a lighter in my pockets in school.
Oh God.
I channeled it into candle making. Fuck, I still have candle making supplies right here, like wicks and shit.
Cool.
I grabbed drippings from old candles.
So,
Ruined a pot
is
by boiling wax in it.
is Zashi gonna go ahead and insight or fireball, or he's not? He's gonna do something else.
That's actually a pretty good insight roll.
Yeah, for no bonus. Yeah, that's dope. Maisha's also. Oh, yeah, Maisha's just as good at insight as she is with medicine.
Good.
Amazing. Never gets old.
New guy, yeah.
Never gets old.
I'm learning what the average of 14d6 is, so I can evaluate that result.
61, I want to say.
49 actually.
Oh, so it's just average.
No, wait, maybe
Yeah.
14d6 average should be an even
60,
number.
84.
No, because 2d6
Yeah, so
is
7
is an
times-
average of 7. So
Yeah, 49.
yeah.
You're right. 49 plus 25 plus 5 is 30. 79 dead average.
Yahoo!
Oh, you could see the dice roll average there as well. I'm dumb. I did all the fucking math. Yeah,
Dude,
I've seen a lot of
it's good.
60s
It's
from
good.
you, yeah. Oh shit, you could cast Fireball at 9th level now, huh?
Mm. Is Fireball one of the spells that caps on damage dice?
In older editions, yes. Current, no.
Okay.
It's not smite. I know how to feel.
Yeah. Some spells do have caps though. Like, is it Shatter that's like
Mm-hmm.
extra d8s up until blank, and it's like, why not the more?
Yeah, depending on how long the week rest is, my will try a few different things. You just fucking cast them all fucking day.
Okay, you got two bonuses, Zachi, during your week of experimentation. First, your DC and spell attack went up by 1 again, so from +1 to +2, and Whenever you rolled a max value on a damage dice as a fire spell, roll another damage dice and add that to the damage dealt.
Oh,
Oh
shit! You've got exploding. Nice.
Hmm.
You know how to program that?
I don't think that they need to program it. They can just kind of look. Like, for example, like this fireball, that's 3d6 extra damage.
do. If he rolls max damage on those, does it keep going?
Yes.
Oh
Actually, yes.
god! Holy moly! I was joking.
It's platonic, I swear.
Not just the dice that are exploding.
Well then.
Sashi's
Right.
easily our highest damage dealer, as long as it doesn't need to make dex checks, or it's.
Right. And I think that's it for Zashi's week. They went back over to the already incinerated remains, and you didn't know that the char could be charred even further, but here we are. Here we are.
Amazing.
Every day. I guess we'll just go top to bottom then. Otherwise, unless somebody else wants to get theirs done first for some particular reason, then it's not. Layla,
Okay.
you are up.
Okay, so from what I understand is that Phoenix was looking into the Harpers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Phoenix would tag along. I mean, Phoenix. Layla would tag along.
All right, so we
Hell
got
yeah.
Layla as part of that group. River, you're
Yeah.
tagging along. Awesome.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Ash, what are you up to, Ash?
I'm trying to look into actually I'd like to go talk with that one professor who was working on like soul magic and then like the paper that I put out because I would like to research ways to try to essentially tether a soul to a plane so even when traveling they can find their way back.
All right. Also, you got your manuscript is still selling. Keep that in mind. So you're earning
Oh
passive
hell
income.
yeah.
Hasn't been,
Woo!
it hasn't been that long since the last extended rest. I think. I'm trying to think. It's been like a week or so, maybe 2 weeks.
We did take
And
us. We took 2 fatigues inside of the Legion of Iron, so I don't know in terms of like, because time flows differently, so I don't know.
yeah, it's about like times 4
4.
dilation. So yeah, it's been about a week tops. Um. So Ash, you earn yourself a nice, crisp, and cool 3,000 gold pieces as another publisher has picked up your manuscript.
Oh hell yeah. Okay.
Money.
Wonderful.
And what was it that you were attempting to do again?
I want to talk with that one professor. I'm just gonna call him Igor, who was
Igor.
Igor Professor
Yorga.
Igor.
Igor,
Yorga.
like who was like working on soul magic research himself. He was working with the rats before,
Right.
doing many non-clinical studies about. I want to try to develop a way to tether souls onto certain planes of existence so even when they're traversing other planes or demi-planes they can find their way back to the realm that they want to get to.
Okay. Hold on.
We're gonna do some
1
testing
second.
here.
Wow.
There we go. See? Um, yeah. I think Aqua, does rolling a 6 on the extra dice add it again, or is it just the one time?
It keeps exploding.
Oh, then
Nice.
take out the O in that formula, just X instead. Now that way, if you roll a 6 and it rolls another 6, it will add yet another one.
Oh,
Back to
Yorgars,
the lab
yeah.
again.
Igor,
Oh, so he has Professor
Professor
Yorga has his
Yorgard.
Yeah,
Igor.
they've always had a lab. I just kept forgetting I had the map.
Cool. Don't blow up his lab.
It's good. Good to see you again. Please ignore the mess. As you see that there are some demons bound in ropes on the ground. They are unconscious.
I wave it away and say, too tidy workroom says that there's nothing going on then. You always need some clutter if you want to have progress.
You look at their desk and it's just yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tethering souls. That is are you? That actually seemed like they got a little bit on edge for a second. Becoming a lich?
See, this is the problem. That is what everyone thinks at first. And that is not what I want. What I'm thinking is envision this. You go and traverse into another plane. Could be the astral plane, a demi plane, the abyss, Avernus. Perhaps it is not entirely a consensual traveling, or perhaps you wander in and on a nice little jaunt, and you wish to get back, but forces conspire to keep you there. How would one help find their way back home? That is what I think of it as. And frankly, the answer being simply create a phylactery, well, eh, if that were the answer, then, well, I would be in Thay right now and not here.
This sounds very similar to astrally projecting oneself. That's not quite what you are considering then, as that's very similar. Although it only works for the astral plane specifically, and you would project your own form outward, while your physical body remains as the anchor point for the soul itself.
Yes.
Uh,
One might think of it, yes, similar to that, but perhaps, what analogy would one use? Think of it like the dog goes out, runs in the field, it has a good time, but it knows how to get home. Even when it is dark
the,
out, inclement weather,
the,
etc.
this continues to simply sound like you are talking about using astral projection to move into the astral plane and then adding an additional step where after you have projected yourself, you then maneuver your body by entering another plane of existence. It does not sever the cord. In fact, by doing such a mechanism, you could theoretically be within 5 feet of your own body with the tether still attached.
This is a good point. What would you think then of doing something like an astral projection, but into other planes?
I mean, I think theoretically it might be possible, but consider that it already is ninth level magic to be able to simply use astral projection to begin with. I myself, I I do
Why
not
are there
have the
so many question marks on my screen? God.
and so many dice. Uh, I personally do not have the capacity to be able to do such a thing. Um, but you are asking to essentially cut out the middleman, and uh, while it is possible, it may simply be simpler to project oneself directly there and then simply find a way out by like means of a portal or a planar transport or any other mechanism. Um, while I am not opposed to doing research to see if it's possible, that would likely involve the creation of a whole new spell, and spell making and creation is a little beyond what my research is capable of. I am myself not I'm not a wizard.
Well, then perhaps, what if we thought of it this way? Let us say, because it is not the astral realm, your body is physically taken there with your soul. And yes, I agree, the process is normally you portal yourself out. But let us say that perhaps forces are suppressing the ability to effectively create a portal outward. Not a full anti-magic field, but something along that line. Think of it then perhaps like something that can create a drill, just the smallest of holes outward, which allows one then to slip through.
It sounds like you were attempting to find a way to bypass mechanisms that would prevent plane or transport.
Indeed.
Hmm. Unfortunately, this I believe goes beyond my own personal specialty. My research and what I mostly focus on is with soul magic, and once you start delving into how to cancel out abjurations, it would require a different kind of specialist to be able to assist you. I'm sorry to say.
This is
There's
fair. If I spoke then perhaps to your expertise in soul magic, how would you go about protecting or bringing back a soul that is being held in another plane or demi-plane?
Let me check something. Let me check one more thing.
Oh.
Cause it's easy. And it does a lot of damage.
That's fair.
All right. See you later, Zash.
Have a good night, my friend.
Yeah.
Oof. I think that the it is possible in the sense that the reviving people is very akin to transporting one's body, but I presume you're asking what happens if you have accessibility to the soul, you know what it is, you know the approximate location, but you do not have a body to return it to.
Yes, it is. Yes, we shall say that.
Hmm. I posit that there are a few possibilities. Let us consider. When we are talking about souls, we are talking about something that essentially imagine that like the instant you die, it's as instant as one can be, almost at the speed of oh what might it be like? Something very very fast, uh, like oh, you know how if you turn off the light and the darkness moves at a very fast speed, it's like at the speed of darkness. If you consider it like that, it moves incredibly quickly.
No scientific theory for this bunch.
Listen,
Yes.
the light is there, and the darkness rushes in to fill the space it once. The light once filled. I understand.
Well,
Yeah, just like
in settings
Yeah.
with elemental attunement and shit, yeah, it could totally be that way.
Maybe the light isn't the thing that's fast.
Amazing.
the sword ricochets around and then finds its way up to, say, for example, Celestia is the most common, or in other instances also very common that it goes directly down into the Nine Hills. So we are assuming an instance where for whatever reason the soul is not doing one of these things. It is contained in some enclosed environment. It cannot be brought back. It is not in either Celestial or the Nine Hells. Is this a presumption correct? Because otherwise, if it was a one of those, then simply reviving should be sufficient. But it sounds like that is not the case here.
Indeed, I'm thinking of a scenario in which Perhaps the soul is trapped in, say, a demiplane.
Okay, that's that's a dreadful experience. If such a situation were to occur and it were trapped, then fortunately, unlike if the vast expense of Celestia, right, and they're like drawing little diagrams on a little board, in Celestia, the area is so vast and the soul moves so quickly that it's essentially impossible to be able to uh, home it down into one spot. But we know that in the third layer of the Hells, down over in, I think Styxia? I think it might be Styxia. They have these soul coins that they are able to trap souls into. And so I posit that if you were to find what mechanism is being used, if we knew what exactly those devils were doing, it would be possible to replicate that technology and try to uh, make a similar kind of conductor that would entrap a soul within. Alternatively, it may be sufficient if we were able to construct a sort of beacon that souls would gravitate toward and then entrap them in some way. This is very similar to the functionality of a soul coin, but I I do not know by what way such a beacon would be constructed. It would have to be like a sort of a solar, as it were, like something to drag souls to it, like a moth to a flame.
Yes, this is helpful, I think, though. You have given me much to think on. Thank you for your time today, Professor.
Yes, of course. Oh, hold on, this guy's waking up. You seen him
Bonk.
you seen him sort of kind of construct like manifest claws, and they just like slash the demon on the head a little bit and then knock him back out. You stay quiet a little bit longer.
Too soon, too soon.
Sorry, sometimes they try to wake up.
Yes, well, very good. Best of luck with your research. And then I guess what I would actually like then to do, having had this conversation, is not sure, party boat time, if it makes more sense for me to try to research about like what exactly the magic or mechanism is that is trapping people in the books, to try to be able to counter that, or to try to make research about making a soul beacon, a solar beacon.
Yeah.
Sounds like a dilemma.
I say you try the solar beacon. Up to you though. Your it's your character.
Yeah, that fits your character and your goals a bit better.
Yeah.
It'll be
Alright.
related to your research.
Time for a soul beacon. Research time. Doot, 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 doot. That was my research little tune. Doot, 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 doot.
Research tune.
A research jinger.
Yeah.
Ash has a research jingle.
So yeah, that's what I will do then for the week, is try to research about making that if I can.
I'm making a soul beacon.
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay, hold on, I'm just checking something. Okay. For your research, this would be an Arcana check, and
And
I was just thinking, probably just
No.
Frida. Yeah.
Whoa. pretty good.
Nice.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Why does this keep going back to Alec, guys?
Right. And a
Alex.
history check.
Hmm.
See, why does it say Rose's
Rose's
character?
character.
I don't understand.
I think you should have to adjust the prototype token so that way it's not saying. Yeah, hey, it does say. Maybe we just have to redrag in a new one. Let's see. Bam. Try this one.
Okay.
We just had to drag in a new token. Basically refresh it.
For how long does it fix the problem?
Dang, I hurt my right shoulder by sleeping wrong.
No.
Not like this.
Unfortunate.
Okay. So you're researching Ash into some way of being able to essentially create a sort of solar beacon, and you begin your research to see what other people might have been able to divulge. You use the information they mentioned about the Nine Hills as sort of a jumping point, and in fact, you're able to enter the Great Library itself, and even enter the unpublished realm for some more esoteric older details from people who have visited hell and came back. And after days of looking around for anything that seems remotely useful, you're able to spot with just enough arcana a title of a book that literally is literally titled "To Hell and Back."
And no, to hell and back again?
It's to
The
hell, and then the subtitle is "and back."
The
A
Hobbit
demon
to hell and
story.
back again.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
To hell and back again. Demon
Well,
story.
while others may have mistaken this for some kind of erotica, your eye is much better tuned to know that this is not just your regular smut. This is somebody that has very clearly gone to hell and back.
This isn't just any
And
smut.
so
This is advanced smut.
the author appears to have discussed the journey. It's like an autobiographical account, and in particular, they managed to get down to the third layer of hell, which is where they were able to encounter demons that were creating the soul coins, and managed to mint them using machines. Thus, while looking it up and down, you have a very you have actually details about almost the exact location of where such a machine could be found, though these machines appear to be quite large, and therefore there would have to be some stronger way of being able to transport them out. But it does seem that, like, based on the knowledge that you're encountering from here, it is machines that are able to harness souls and then place them into a coin, and thus they may be able to reverse engineer that if you were able to get the machine and find somebody with enough talent to manipulate that and reverse engineer it.
Am I hearing adventure to Stygia,
I'm
guys?
hearing adventure to the third level of hell.
We have the means to do it with
We
the Ring of
have the
Malice.
means to do it. We have the means. Everyone ready?
Who wants to go on an adventure to hell?
Who wants to go?
Not
Sorry,
tonight.
the third
go.
layer
I
is
mean,
Minaros. My bad. It's
Minaris.
Minaros.
Obviously
Wait,
not right this
Ira
second,
Hell?
because I'm fading, but I'm
In
totally down to do that with the remainder of my week for next session.
Next
in
session, let's go.
give me 24
Yeah.
hours to chant, and we will be there.
I note that
Honestly?
you can only get to the first layer with the
We just have
with
to get
the
through the
ring
next two. It's fine.
Oh, that's
But
fine.
can I hold on a second? If I use, let me see,
Who
stuff of the
knew I was gonna be
bench.
traveling
Does plane
through the?
shift allow me to select what level of hell I want to go to?
I think so. Let me check. I think plane shift does.
Let's see. Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, Violet.
Yeah, you
I did.
can.
I didn't realize
You're
we're gonna
allowed
be
to.
traveling through two
Cool.
campaigns through the night hells.
So I'm interested in going to hell. If anybody would like to join me.
I mean, after the long rest, yeah, I'm going.
As,
I
as long as
I'm
it's not the Feywild.
I am definitely super excited. My character really wants to go to hell.
Excellent.
Yeah, I actually have a very selfish desire to kill as many demons as possible and gather their corpses and use them to make things. So,
Sweet.
All right,
No.
all right. Well then, at least we have a plan for next session then.
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
Excelente.
hell yeah.
Hey,
How about that? Is Ashes done yet?
Yeah, you can probably call that it because the next thing I would want to do is go to hell, and obviously we're not doing that tonight. So
Who's next?
Imagine if I just hand waved that and I was like, "Yeah, you go," and you bring it back.
I mean,
you
well,
arrive, you
yeah,
get there, you take it.
we say hi, we kill some demons,
I
grab a
believe
machine. No.
Tony is next. It looks like on the list.
Tony.
Yes. There's no Tony though.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
It's
Alex.
Alex.
Just smash
I
cut to
can't believe
torture in hell.
you
Cut back.
you actually did that to them. Just
I
you know,
know.
you
So
know,
sad. You know who
just
did this
showed a
to me?
reminder.
You did this to me, Aqua.
Oof, oof.
It's your fault.
It
Ooh,
hurts.
GG.
it'd be like that sometimes.
It happens.
Well,
Anyways, what were we talking about? For
What are you
me,
doing during
what do
your
I
week
want to
rest?
do? Okay. So, do you remember those people that we mentioned that? Okay, hang on.
I mean,
This
you have 24 hours, unless you're not going to hell with us.
I will obviously, but why does
I
that matter?
assumed that it took all of Ash's time to find all that information for their week
Well,
Yeah,
you'll
it
be
rest.
took
going
them.
after the
It took
week
several
rest.
days just to be able to
Yeah.
find
Okay,
the
that changes things.
the
Okay,
right
cool.
book.
Okay, so I was gonna say like I wanna like do some more research into who Quill actually is and stuff, and like see if I can find like informants that have previously. I'm gonna like try to go back home and like my Alex family is like really connected, so I'm hoping that within like some personal contacts or some long like basically try to find anybody in Baldur's Gate that knows of the history of Candlekeep, because I don't like the dragon and I don't like
Screw this.
I don't like either of them, so I'm trying to find like
Wait, who's them?
um what is
Quill or the dragon?
Quill or the dragon. Yeah, I don't like either of them.
Oh,
I
okay.
think most of their ideas about like knowledge are stupid, and like basically I'm trying to figure out like try to find more dirt on like the history of Candlekeep, whether it's about the dragon or about Aaron Quill himself. Um, and even look into that wizard. I forgot his name. The guy with the extra dimensions that we mentioned at the beginning of the campaign. But I forget his name. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mordenkainen?
Yeah, Mordenkainen. Any details relating to all of these people, and I'm like asking like highly informed people basically, and also looking through like extensive knowledge archives from like Baldur's Gate.
Okay, that was really long.
Sorry,
I'm
I just
trying.
want
Can we get a
info.
TLDR?
I'm just trying to think about how to compress that down into one actionable thing.
I don't want to say research, but more like gathering information on the history of the people related to Candlekeep.
By what mechanism would you like to find out this research?
Mainly, I'm trying to ask people using my charisma.
I'd say so you're going out onto you're going out into the big city and trying to find anybody that knows.
Exactly. Like mainly the people I would think are knowledgeable at about stuff like this.
Okay.
Because I'm not good at research, so that's why I'm trying to use my looks rather than my brain.
Okay. 1 second. So, give me something. Okay. We're going out into the city to see who you're able to talk with about this. This would be. And you say you're mostly just like chatting people like with connections and stuff that you already know. I mean, you do come
Yeah.
from kind of a rich.
Yeah, one of the most prominent like um families from Baldur's Gate, so I should have like a decent knowledge of who would know more information.
Yeah, go ahead then and make a insight and persuasion check then. That you return to high society for a bit.
Oh, that's not good. That's better.
That's better. All right, well, let me think about how this turns out. Give me a moment. Okay. Just have to. if I recall correctly, you were also receiving you were looking for a weapon related to Tony's heritage, right? And I believe that was it Tony or Alec that had asked a little more information about that. I think
It was Tony.
it was Tony.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going around in high society, right? You've returned back. You're spending some time with your folks and your friends and folks of your friends and friends of your folks. Just going around and uh, uh you hang out with each other, right? You go ahead, you talk, um, and of course you're not like being like so Candlekeep,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that place,
I'm
right?
pretty I'm
You're just
pretty
mentioning
charismatic. I know how to weave it into conversation without being like,
weird,
obvious. Yeah.
yeah, without being weird and overbearing about it. Um,
Exactly.
uh, and at one point, right, you receive a visitor over at your estate, as you see, what appears to be a Gif Yankee wielding a fairly large, sizable weapon, uh, shows up and introduces themselves over to
Oh
you.
shit. Good
Istic.
evening.
Main.
Not like this.
Huh? Not like what?
No, because he's an ishtik, as in
Like Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate
Yeah.
3.
Oh,
That was a
They're
reference
being
to Baldur's.
racist, so don't worry about it.
yeah, okay. They're just being, it's being, yeah, they're just being, you know,
Racista.
yeah. They introduce themselves. Hello, my name is Gifrak. I was a friend of your brother,
Of my brother?
sister, sorry. You all kind of, you know,
Oh,
they kind of like motion generally at like your hair.
Look the same.
you knew Tony?
Mm. And they go ahead and you both find yourself a nice, better place to be able to sit down, right?
Yes.
Yes. I had received a notice to meet up with Tony, but they haven't been around. I was hoping that you might be able to tell me their whereabouts.
As far as I understand, their soul is trapped in hell.
Way to let him down gently.
Actually, it's the abyss.
In the
It is the
abyss.
abyss. Oh, I see. They don't seem like they're super surprised and or concerned about this. Do you need me to go and get them out? Then,
Can you?
Oh, shit.
well, do you know where in the abyss?
Can I like insight him to see how much I trust him?
Uh, yeah. I mean, that's part of the insight you used earlier. But you're having trouble getting a super good read on them. At the very
Okay.
least, though, you know that you find it improbable that they would have just introduced themselves and somehow they didn't know this information until now. So it'd be kind of weird if they had some kind of ulterior motive before knowing what to have an ulterior motive about.
Okay. Well, I'm not like I'll ask him first. I said, well, I recently came back from my travels and I only know a little information I know, which I can tell you, but I'm trying to get her on myself. Although if you have
Oh,
any idea on how to help me, that would be much appreciated. Why were you
oh, I
looking for
see.
Tony anyway?
Oh, you see, it's I was tasked by a friend of mine. I don't know if you know a man named Eric Quill, but
Ah, I
we
know of him.
yes, we have connections that go quite a ways back. We used to be part of a similar organization back in the day, and we used to go on some adventures as well. And they had called in a request on behalf of your sister Tony. Um, However, I was waiting to receive word on when I could provide the weapon that I cured for them. I couldn't. I didn't receive any further confirmation about their whereabouts, so I came to the estate personally to ask, and I was informed by a few of my companions that you were here and that you are related, and thus brings us to where we are now.
Interesting. Aaron Quill, I don't know much about him. What's he like?
Quill. Oh, how to describe? Helpful, pragmatic,
Helpful.
very. Always has gone far out of their way to help me during times of my own need. But in turn, I've stuck my neck out literally a few times in order to help them back. We've got there's been a bit of a distance lately as our lives have gotten quite busy. I've heard that they at some point within the last however long became a manager of some kind to the library. I'm not much of a book reader myself, though. If you catch my gist.
Exactly. Me neither. It
Yeah.
seems like I like going on adventures more than reading about them. Am I right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You understand. I mean,
Great.
don't get me wrong. I like a good story as much as anyone else, but as I'm I read the page and it just starts my eyes just start glazing over. I think I have a more larger appreciation for the oratory form of stories, and I suppose that was something Quill was also good at too. You know, they would really paint this picture of the stories that you would be able to sort of get immersed into. It was, and then to find out that they manage books now. I mean,
You find it
it's not
strange?
um, a little bit because they it's they had that same drive for adventure, that same drive for helping others that we've always done, right? We would actively go out there and seek people in need, and to find that they hold themselves up in one spot is it's a little bit odd. It's a sort of a values a difference in values, a very strong paradigm shift.
Hmm. I see. That strikes me as strange because, as far as I could tell, Mr. Quill enjoys being in the library, but who knows? Maybe he's literally bound there and wants to get out. That's obviously just me interpreting.
Maybe some sense of obligation, maybe a favor that they. I know that they have many friends in many different places. Uh,
Well,
I have trouble being able to picture it myself personally.
I'd love to know more about this weapon and how what you know about the Abyss and Mr. Quill. How about we talk over a drink?
There we go. Now you're speaking my language. I know a great bar around here.
Me too. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna
And
try to
they,
get him a little drunk and talkative to get more
yeah,
information about Aaron Quill.
yeah, especially because you went to both bars.
Hell yeah. That's the shit I like to hear.
Yeah, you spend a lot of time exchanging stories of each other, right? Like, they tell you very much about some of their previous encounters, not necessarily those with Quill, but they mentioned that at one point they had their arm back when they were younger and still maturing as a warrior, and the tiger, it's like a bear's claws. It was different from a regular tiger. It bit onto my hand, and so you would think to pull away, but if you do that, it's going to tear your arms to shred. So you know what I did? You know what I did? I jammed my arm further into its mouth and down its throat.
No, you didn't. That's
and
crazy.
and it couldn't remove my arm because I kept pressing my body weight forward until it was against the wall, until eventually it choked on my arm. Oh, it hurt so much.
This guy's so cool.
I know, right?
What a lad.
What a gamer.
He is a gamer.
Do you have a story to share back with them? As you can see that they're clearly they're reveling in this as they're taking another swig of the drink.
Tell him about the story of the ancient catacombs where I got cursed with a demon.
All right, make a performance check. This won't really have a super impact. It's just to see how well Alec tells it.
Oh my god. Can I
The
have
drinks are getting
advantage?
to you. No,
Fuck.
but you just had trouble telling the story this time. The details were just kind of muddled, and they
He's
they
like,
clearly still liked it.
I will
Politely.
say like, the drinks are getting to me. It's just like,
Plus, his story was impossible to follow up.
exactly, yeah. No, that was sick.
No.
I will tell him a little bit more about Tony too. I'll tell him like she was very ambitious and she was like adopted into our family from like celestial origins, and how she really wanted to find a like weapon from like the stories that she read when she was younger, and how she was doing it because she really wanted to like be the best in the family, shit like that, you know. And like
Yeah.
um from what he knows from the letters is that Aaron Quill tasked this guy of retrieving a weapon like this because Tony really wanted to prove herself, but something happened and she ended up in the abyss. And I'll tell him like where in the abyss as well and how we're having trouble getting there, but I won't explain how she got there like as in a book.
Yeah. That sounds like yeah. Oof. I've been there many times. I don't remember which layers specifically. Uh, I just have a guild I'm part of. I was just going to ask them if we could go and if you knew the specific location, but if you know what you're doing, it
I
sounds like you
don't know.
do.
I'll say like I'm honestly just trying to figure it out and like kind of say that like I'm not really sure what I'm doing either. And I'll say it like kind of jokingly, you know, like haha, please help.
Yeah.
Um
All right.
yeah.
Well, there's a point, and they place their arm over your shoulder. There's a point in every adventurer's life where they have to tackle an obstacle that seems too difficult. I had this weapon for Tony, but I think based on what you told me, what you need is different. I have something in my armory. I'll bring it to you. Wait, when do you leave Waterdeep? You said at the end of this week. I'll get it to you.
Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
Oh, Water's Gate. Yeah.
Huh.
Um.
I'll be here until
I
the end of the week. I'll leave in the morning at this
all right.
specific day.
All right. I will. I'll bring it out of my armory. You'll find it very useful if you head down there, to the abyss. I got you. I have you. Don't worry.
That's
You're in good hands.
that's
You're in good hands.
wonderful, my friend. I'll ask him like you know, to keep in touch with me. And whenever he's passing by, to stop by for drinks or whatever. And I want to also know if he can tell me about the weapon that he brought for Tony, like if you have a stat sheet for it. If not, that's fine. And
Um.
also ask
Yeah.
for kind of more information about Aaron Quill's like past adventures.
Yeah. In order. I don't have the. I didn't have the stat sheet for it, but
Okay.
it was the. Sorry, where was it? I had the picture for it, and I have to look at. It's been 3 weeks. Give me a second. This is what happens when I don't write things down immediately. I'm just like, oh, I'll just keep it in my head. I'm sure it'll be relevant when it becomes relevant, and I'm not forgetting I have to look it up again. I had the picture, so I'll go ahead and show the picture. So I think what
Sure.
the context is. They don't through the drinks though. It seems that they prefer not to give two weapons.
No, I'm not asking for the weapon. I just want to
Yeah.
know what it is.
Yeah. I'll just specifying that for anybody else who was wondering about that.
I'm just gonna chime in really quickly. I've hit my limit for the night. I think I'm about to fall asleep, so
Yes.
I'm gonna go
Go
ahead
ahead
and
and
sign off, which means that anything that happens now, you all are responsible for recording or not, because I just don't know.
very
Right.
true.
Thanks for playing all.
I
Catch y'all
hope it's
later.
alright as well, but I also
Good
do
night.
gotta dip out as well. It's getting a little late for me as well.
Cool. That means we'll probably handle the Harper stuff probably at the
next
beginning of next session. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Sorry about that.
It's all good.
It's all jizzle.
Phoenix
case,
and
I-
Squad will, I guess, do theirs next time.
Yeah, or even if it's easier, I could just have Layla do something else and you can still do your Harper stuff. Like, it's honestly fine.
No, I think the
Alright.
Harper stuff should just wait. I think it's good.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and dip out. But thanks everybody for the session.
All right. Going dip like a chip.
Boy.
Chip and dip. What was I saying about dipping?
Like a chip.
All right. Okay. This is what it looks like, Tony.
Yo.
The Tony weapon would have looked like.
What it would have looked like.
I'm not going to use the art for it now.
Oh, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah, they explained that that there's a weapon that has you just hold on to the hilt, and it was possible to merge properties into it in order to empower it in various ways.
Tony would have loved that. I'll respond to him.
Mhm.
I hope you get to meet her eventually.
That'd be nice. Based on your stories, they sound like a remarkable individual. Whew. They sober up a bit as they recount a bit about what Quill had previously gone through. And so at first it starts off normal enough, right? The odd story here, there, and then there was this one time where they actually got trapped inside of this we were venturing in the Underdark. I wasn't directly there myself, but I heard accounts. And their party got ambushed by a beholder that placed like people into this. They put Quill into this sort of a town, and it was like a dreamscape of sorts. That's what they told me. It was like a dreamscape from the people who entered in and had to retrieve Quill from there. Interesting. It's actually strange since ever since that moment, they've never quite been exactly the same. There's a very marked difference from before and after that time. I think that maybe there was some lasting scars from being trapped in there.
So what happened?
It's
Do
like
you know?
we had to. We have this big armory, the guild and I. We have this big armory of weaponry that we need to constantly uh, uh, maneuver, and we had this this one blade that was said to be able to. My words are failing me. Give me a second. I go ahead and take another drink in order to liquidize the throat.
I'll pour it for him, you know.
It was a dagger, but not just any dagger. It was a dagger that was said to have originated from an unknown source. It might have actually been from, I think, perhaps an adventure to either the abyss or the hells. In whichever case, no, it wasn't. It was from the astral plane. I remember now, and I remember because what it did is if you know that you know how like if you go to the astral place and there's like this little ropey thing and like and they kind of like motion with their hands without really explaining and you know it's like a little rope like the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
It grabs two ropes and they just kind of push like a little smash together thing and it puts them together. And it's not totally clear how much what exactly that it meant. But we had people look over it, but we were in a hurry. It was a very dark time. We needed as many reinforcements as we could. We had to act fast. And while we used that to be able to bring them out, we managed to bring Quill out from this weird dream scan. They explain it, and they explain all the details that you already had seen firsthand that very, very accurately match up with the account of sort of what had happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Minus the part at the end, which they don't seem to know about. Um, uh, we managed to bring them out, and they came out with an unusual array of powers. That would let them like they could just say things and it would just happen, and thing blarg.
Like he could predict almost.
I wouldn't say predict. It's more like they had suddenly this this unfathomable amount of power to just say and do things and make them come true, but then they suddenly lost any of their desire to actually use that on our missions. It happened a little bit gradually at first, and then a little bit afterward. I guess maybe after a few more adventures, they just became less and less willing to engage with other people, and that's kind of when they hold themselves up inside of the library. We still keep correspondence sometimes, but their desire to help others just never quite stayed the same after that.
I see. That's tragic. A tragic end to an adventure.
It really is, and it is so out of your control when you're working with aberrations. The way that they can mess with one's mind, I can only imagine what that beholder might have done to them inside of there.
I'll take note of this. Perhaps while in Candlekeep, I can convince Mr. Quill to do one last adventure.
Yes, perhaps within the recesses of their mind, the old Quill is still there. We're just waiting to be brought out, and maybe bring out that long burning passion that we used to have with helping other people, and they kind of say it like jestingly, like saving the world. Right, because everybody, I think not everybody has that fire burning within them to do that, right? Do you feel like you have that fire, that desire
Most
to go out? It's okay if not. It's fine. Not everybody, wants to dedicate their life to such a cause.
Most definitely. I think that staying in one place for too long just means that I negate all the other places in the world that could use that are waiting for me to like get to know and adventure. And so I feel like I share your passion.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you understand that. It's getting late, however. I think it's perhaps time to. I need to nurse this hangover tomorrow. I will get you a weapon to help you in your ventures to the abyss, and should you appear to be trapped, make sure you have somebody to relay over to me, and I will head down personally and get you out of there if necessary. Just don't expire somewhere where your body can't be found. Okay?
I will. I have access to the. Is it message? Because I have message and sending both.
Sending would be more accurate. Well, that only works
Yeah.
on your same plane.
Oh what
Oh,
about
hold on.
do sending stones work on the same plane?
No, however, they go ahead and write some details down. Send a sending message to this person. They're one of our correspondents in the abyss, and they relay messages between planes. It's like a little service we managed to set up in order to help keep track of everyone's whereabouts in the guild.
Oh, what guild are you a part of?
Hmm?
What
Oh, it's
guild?
one over inside of Waterdeep. Um, I'll tell you more about it later. It's already getting too late.
Okay. Um, sounds good. I hope your hangover is not too painful. And
You as well.
I will catch you next time. And I do appreciate your help and your company.
Yeah. And so you the way they'll get you the weapon stat block by the end, but they will have it. So I will have that to you by next
No
session.
rush. No rush. Anyways, that's it. After he gives me the weapon, I'm just gonna return. And also, like, once I feel a little more sober, I do want to like write down some of the information he told me, so I can like share it with everyone else. Like, hey, yo, maybe something's wrong with Quill.
I believe
Yeah.
everyone already believes that, but okay.
No, I mean like something that we could probably I don't know, repair. I don't know.
Seems nice enough to me.
Huh?
Well, seems perfectly nice.
Of course, River would be the only person that probably thinks that.
Well, because I've literally interacted with Quill one time and he was totally normal.
He was, but then like, you know,
I don't.
I don't know.
I
I don't
don't.
know. It's fine.
All right.
Uh,
Malarka, what you doing?
So first off, I guess I also want to go visit the professor in his office with my Ev.
You see them appearing to have it seems that the space of their office has expanded, and there's now like a sort of a makeshift cage where you see a demon just inside of. It's like almost like a prison cell.
Nice decoration.
Oh, it's good to see you again. What brings you over? I've been having many guests this week.
Yes. So if we're remembering correctly, we kind of share a soul now, right?
Um, I wouldn't exactly phrase it in that technical way. It's more like if you share the same soul, then you would be the same person, but you are not the same person. It's like you are instead uh the data, like the subsection of a soul, you are able to transfer it back and forth between the two of you, so that way only one of you must incur the detriments of the curse that has been inflicted.
Hmm. So
Think of it like passing a bucket.
I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. um, so this connection we have, do we think it might be possible to communicate with each other through like very far distances?
Hmm. Fortunately, I've actually been researching something similar, except if it's for two people inhabiting the same body. Perhaps so. I can, uh, as you both do have this connection, if we can do it at a greater range, then at that point it would be trivial because the we would actually just have to modify the curse to be a little bit worse, not by that much, but just enough that it, say, for example, would be possible to inscribe, let's say, etching words onto one's skin. Uh, well, you can't pass along an auditory voice. Bodily transformations are part of the curse, and if we simply modify the curse a little bit, then uh, it becomes possible to etch a word across as well, and then at that point, just a matter of adjusting that.
That sounds feasible. Um, what would you need from us to do this research and testing?
Uh, I need you to sign this waiver.
um, in blood or anything, or it's just like with a pen?
No, no, just well, no, that's disgusting. Why would I need you to? It is just an ordinary like liability waiver because the research that they're performing is like a little bit dangerous and experimental.
All right. Well, okay. And the other two will sign the waivers.
All right, then let's get through this. They proceed initiating a variety of experiments over the duration of the week that sort of involve basically you both sort of you can already sort of transfer a curse between each of you by sort of being next to each other, like touching each other on this like arm or something. And so now they're trying to see if it's possible to little by little change that from direct contact to like 1 foot away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine closing your eyes and envisioning the other person, but envisioning the actual essence of one's soul. They're not very good at explaining it, but you eventually get it. But this is a fairly grueling process, so go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
For each character?
Um, for now, just Malarka.
Nice.
Wow.
Amazing.
What is guys? Please.
Guys, lock in. We're not on vacation. We're just.
Redeem. Woohoo.
Wait, do you
Man,
have
that's
something that gives you
wonderful.
Don't
advantage?
you have advantage?
I actually might have advantage
If you have
on
tough,
just
you have
con
advantage.
saves. I do have tough.
That gives you advantage.
Oh,
I think there's also. Does it Dragonhide give it to you?
No.
Just
Does
tough
it?
then.
Let me look. I've got one of my other characters up. No. But when you're not wearing armor, you get a bonus to your Constitution equal to half your proficiency, which is a +3.
is that +2? Yay.
Yeah, that would be the +2. So it's a plus
Yeah.
one more on that. So it's 15 and 23.
Nice. And the other thing would be, go ahead and make a. Sorry, I'm trying to decide which of these makes the most sense. Go ahead and make an Arcana check. Okay, over the course of the week, eventually you find that by focusing for like a whole hour, you're able to transfer the curse between the two of you. Although it looks like the amount of time it requires to focus is getting shorter and shorter each time. Since it used to take much longer and at much shorter distances. Okay, now it's time for the ultimate test. We need to put you on another plane and see if your souls are still intertwined in such a way. And then, with what we practiced, you should be able to write in the shorthand that we were able to devise and see if my Ev has their skin sort of have that information transmit in a similar way.
Well,
We need to get you into another plane somehow. It's very simple.
very
When you were
simple.
about to say Malarka?
I was going to mention that the gang is going to hell if he didn't have anything immediate.
Oh, that might be a good field experiment. Give it a try when you get the chance. But also, and you're in a great library, we could also just try this.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay, focus. And so over the next hour, Malarka focuses, and then kind of like at the end of that hour, in like one, kind of like a surge all at once, Malarka, you feel the effects of the fish curse fishify you. But you take a look over at your arm, and you see that there's a word written there. It says "Hi," engraved in the skin. Oh, would you look at that?
Looks like it's working, somewhat.
Sort of. I mean, this is a prototype. We are looking at some new ground here, and honestly, I don't see most people willing to one getting interlinked with another individual, and then two, slightly maiming themselves in order to transmit short messages across planes. But we have made a breakthrough. This is it is but the start.
Yeah, for sure. What is progress without spilling a little blood?
That's what the demons are learning. So you have gained that new ability, Malarka. By focusing for an hour, you're able to transmit about 2 words between you and Maya by engraving it on your arms, and then transmitting that over by the fishy curse.
Fishy, fishy. Sweet.
All right, Phoenix, you're off at to Harpertown soon, and finally, Maestro, that leaves you as the last person.
I'm probably not going to be super useful in Harpertown. We were going to the Hells after the week rest, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then since nobody else has anything for Maisha, or for Maisha, she is going to once again. She is going to find livestock and potentially plants as well, although that's just found in the environment. Go to her old testing ground and work some more on figuring out her poisons, trying the different spells she has once or twice, maybe, and if it doesn't interrupt the week rest thing. Um, yeah, testing out her different poisons, how it interacts with the different systems, potentially dissecting the bodies afterwards to see if she can get a better idea of, how exactly the poison works and what application methods, or if she needs to aim for the face, or if it just seeps in. Various testing of her poison.
Okay, 1 second.
Need to progress towards slumber, else I will perish. So I shall bid thee adieu and good night.
Good night.
I know.
I
We'll
do.
go.
I
We'll
do.
go ahead and do our thing next week.
Yes. Good night, my friends.
Good night. Which check was this? I think it was. I feel like it was medicine and nature, but I don't quite remember. I think it was medicine and nature.
I know medicine was a part of it. As for
Yeah,
the
the methodology I'm using, medicine does do it.
Yeah, and it's working with plants and animals, so
nature,
Yes. Oh, and I am going to double check something with my race. Ha. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to do and I get that as well on top of that. So 27.
I see privately rolled some dice.
Oh, fuck it. Let me reveal. I was doing some testing for why. Let me. Yeah. Make sure I'm back to the right character.
Violet, Mishra.
There. Whatever. It was a 2 before instead of a 3.
The dice have been privately rolled.
Why the fuck?
They're privately rolled.
Fucking hell.
I mean, you could just right click on it and then just.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
There we go.
So
That
that's
better?
25. Yeah, that's 25 total on that medicine check then? No, it's an additional 3 on that, so 28. Okay. And nature?
Yep. Nature, I don't get this cool bonus too. Look, okay, it is public. Nature, I don't have proficiency or anything in, but got no bonus.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, if you
Give me a
had me
second, guys.
doing, so I was going to try doing testing the AoE effect of this particular spell. Boom. This is the one I checked with you with the other time. And the fun thing is, if they die before the start of their next turn, then it splashes out in a 10-foot radius AoE.
We have one person dedicated to fire and another dedicated to poison.
Yeah, well, it's either poison or necrotic, and I went with poison this time. Oh, right, I was actually going to... And the scaling on this is pretty fun, because if I cast at a higher level...
Kablow.
Yeah. Gets plus 2 die 6 per increased spell level, and starts at 10 die 6.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, and for instance, if I use Warcaster to Blackened Heart on one in the middle, and then, because I can do that as a bonus action, and I'm 15 feet away, and then I use, say, Poison Spray, or whatever other, Poison Spray does deal damage, 4 die 12 damage. Should be enough to kill, say, a sheep, and then it kablooies all over everyone else.
It's a lot of poison.
Yep. I'll try a couple other animals, but sheep was the one that you had mentioned specifically last time.
Give me a second.
Yeah, that's a combo if there's a swarm. Between that and Cloud Kill, it's got a pretty good setup there for significant AoE damage.
Terrifying.
I mean, if she needs to, she can go up and melee whatever enemy instead if they've got low HP to do the kablooey, but you know she's gonna use fucking poison if she can.
One second. Almost done. Okay, and then one more. Clickety clickety typety typety.
Geez, the save-based Monkadin would be even more powerful in this campaign. Just go for unarmored, take Dragon Hide, and then boom. $14,600. Then you get +6. Oh, okay, let's say +5, +6, 3, +14. Okay. 6 plus 6 plus 5, so +11. Plus your ability scores. And then those two would get an additional 3. Oh, that would be so interesting. Then focused weapon.
So wait, what's going on? Aqua's just
Alright,
figuring
I'm
out.
almost done typing. I'm almost
Oh,
done. Give me a second.
okay.
then again.
Okay, there we go. So here's what you got. With that, it's the first two.
Ooh, fascinating. I will update that.
Actually, instead of half of the damage, just to keep things consistent. Just because it's thematic.
Okay.
So wait, you can use your auras to instead just do gradual poison damage?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
That's harsh, yo. Also, looks like the poison increase went up. I think initially it was 5.
Yeah, yeah. It was
was.
5 initially, and now it went up to 10.
I
All
mean,
right,
eventually
you
you and
go ahead
Josh are
and
gonna have the
blow up a
strongest
couple.
aspects.
You go ahead and blow up a couple of sheep, and you see them, all the poison dotting everywhere around on the ground as you learn more and more about how to make the poisons as excruciating as possible, so that way they'll still have a little bit of, just a little treat, harm things just a little bit more.
Oh, we could have a little
As
more
you,
as a treat.
as a treat.
So I could do
Just your
this.
little mad scientist cave. Everyone needs a mad scientist cave.
Oh yes. That means I can do this. And then boop. And then instead have everyone take 10 poison. This way
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
no one does
waste.
say up to 6 creatures of your choice, huh?
Yes. That way, if I would be wasting targets for my healing, for multiple target healing, I can poison people.
Well, deal poison damage.
Oh yes, deal poison damage.
All right, but with that, I believe that ends the extended not extended rest, but the end of the session as we await for us to begin next session with Harper's meetup, and then also what appears to be a descent to the third layer of hell. I think the third
The
layer of
nine,
hell.
the
Is it the
9
third layer of
hells.
hell?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
the third
The
layer of the
third
9
layer of
hells.
the 9 hells, yeah.
This
lovely.
is the second session where I'm going to be entering the 9 hells.
Yeah,
It
we
happens
kind of went
sometimes.
through a bunch of them. We went through all of them.
Yeah, we actually did. Though I'm curious to see how Aqua's version of the 9 hells turns out.
Ooh, yes.